This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. For your entertainment, Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Or call 800-765-8255. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right. Hello, West Virginia. We're back for more in the 304. Time to get it done in the 681 for Friday, March 20th, 2026. Metro News Hotline comes to you from the Salango Law Studios. Visit salangolaw.com. I don't know, Ryan. Dave Allen might be right. It seems kind of cold in here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a bit chilly in here.
Yeah. Coop, what's the temperature set in there? What's it look like in there?
You couldn't have asked me before I sat down?
Oh, that's true. That was kind of rude by me, but no, it's pretty true. Well, you know, we could
have also just lied. Well, no, we're on video. I guess I can. I think probably 70.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what it usually is.
Now, see, I can't see the thermometer in here, so if he hadn't mentioned it, I probably wouldn't have even have noticed. It was just like a verbal suggestion.
I think there's someone who sometimes spends their time in a box who might turn the temperature down in here from time to time.
Gotcha. Oh, really?
I believe so.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Oh, that's fun. Let's talk about Stephanie. She's not here, so let's talk about her. We'll get that all figured out. We could have just pulled our gear to the porch today.
Oh, yeah.
It's
nice
70
day.
degrees out there.
Not too bad at all.
Oh, you know what the last thing I saw and sensed when I left my street today? Mowing. Mowing.
I noticed my backyard especially is really in need of a haircut.
Yeah, and the smell. The smell of gasoline and cut grass. It was a good smell. Hadn't smelled in a while.
If you keep your eyes closed long enough and if it's quiet enough, you might convince yourself that's a grounds crew.
Yeah, man. Next week.
I know, man.
Next week. We'll give you the schedule for our Hotline Listener Fantasy League drafts. Now, we're not doing the drafts in the show. You know, we've done that a couple of times, and Linda and I were talking about that a couple of nights ago. I kind of feel like that didn't really help the program, you know, because I'm supposed to be out here running the show.
The maximum amount of people that care are 14.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So I think there's more people who are interested in what we're doing on the show in the moment than whether or not I'm trying to pick from amongst 10 starting pitchers.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
So if you're in our league, we'll give you more details on this later, but we'll do it like in the middle of the week next week. And it's like at 8 o'clock at night. And if you can't make it, we'll auto-pick.
Yeah, that's what
we'll auto-pick.
It's no pressure.
Yeah. So let me give you the scores from the state tournament that's on. It's semifinal Friday, don't you know? Semifinal Friday, don't you know? So earlier today, AA Wyoming East over Bluefield, 56-51. Chapmanville, man, they're a handful now. Chapmanville in AAA handled Winfield 70-47. And Wheeling Central, they're a handful too. They knocked out Wayne 86-83. Tonight, your schedule at 5:30 begins with Washington and GW, and it's followed by Bridgeport and North Marion at approximately 7:15. And then your final game of the night, Spring Mills and Morgantown, that'll go around 9-ish. And then you've got your 4 championship games tomorrow. And, of course, Metro News is your home for all that stuff. And you can find the video stream. You can find the audio stream, yada, yada. Go to the website. The Tournament Central bar is at the top when you click into the website. Brackets, game scores, live stats. Man, Coop, I really like the live stats.
I know. It's nice, isn't it, man?
They're addictive.
It's super big time.
Yeah, they're really addictive. Hey, what was your first reaction when you heard the news about Chuck Norris? Chuck Norris has passed away at the age of 86.
I mean, I did get the story last night that there was a mysterious medical emergency or whatever where he was rushed to the hospital. So my antenna immediately went up after that because knowing his relative age, you know, I knew he was in his mid-80s and haven't seen him much publicly recently. I mean, he was, you know, he had never really shot away from being somewhat public until just these last few years.
Right.
So I didn't really know that much about him personally recently, but I wondered about it. And so when you hear those things, man, it's like, you know, he's not the same type of actor as like De Niro and those guys, but he's about the same age. He's about
Right.
the same age of those guys: Pacino, De Niro, Nicholson, and those guys. And so not you, Nicholson, Poindexter.
Yeah.
So yeah, you really. It's just one of those things, man. It's like, I mean, how many iconic movies? How many? Now, he wasn't I love Chuck Norris. Don't get me wrong, but he wasn't like my Schwarzenegger. You know, Schwarzenegger was my Schwarzenegger. You know, I mean, he was like maybe one rung below Schwarzenegger for me. But I saw all the movies. You know, I saw every Delta Force and every what was his Rambo, not knockoff, but was it Missing in Action?
Oh,
was
yeah,
that what it was
Missing
called?
in Action.
Yeah, Missing in Action. I think he ended up making like 11 of them or something. I think I saw all of them.
And
I was a big fan.
I retweeted this on X today. His fight scene with Bruce Lee.
Oh yeah, I mean
which is
that's
amazing.
iconic. Yeah, right. From what was that movie called?
Day of the Dragon. Wasn't it?
Is it Day of the Dragon? I just had this conversation with Crash. They changed those things so many times. But
true.
There's a really nice remastered 4K version of it on YouTube if somebody wants to check it out.
Yeah,
It's really good.
Yeah, the clip I retweeted is about 10 minutes long.
Yeah, it's really good.
And the setup is awesome.
Oh, it's in the Coliseum, right? Well, you know, the plot of the movie is that Bruce Lee leaves China to go to Italy to help protect his family's restaurant. They're opening up a Chinese restaurant there, and they're getting harassed by some toughs. And Bruce Lee comes in and he cleans up a little bit, and so they have to bring in some outside heavy, and that's Chuck Norris. And so they end up squaring off at the Coliseum. It's epic.
Almost as good as the fight is, just the first couple of minutes of the video is even better. Where they're underneath the stadium and they're taking their robes off and just getting loosened up, baby, to get out there. It's fantastic. Chris Lawrence has arrived. So what's going on?
I heard you talking about Chuck Norris.
Right.
Pretty sure he'll wake up this afternoon.
Now, see, I was really when Coop was throwing a little bit of shade on him. I was like,
what?
You know, I don't know, dude.
What shit? Don't put words in my mouth.
Saying,
I just said I was a big fan. What
no. When you were saying, you said a little bit. You know,
I was a huge.
He wasn't your Schwarzenegger when you said that. I was thinking, listen. I mean, I just wouldn't say anything about Chuck Norris because you don't really know. The rules of nature do not apply to Chuck Norris.
My main thing is I have to be respectful to my mom because he's her number one man.
Uh-huh.
So I can't. So I have to keep Schwarzenegger as my guy because my mom she was a huge Chuck Norris fan, especially basically everything. But Walker was her show.
That's actually how I learned about his death today.
My mom.
No. I got a text from my brother, and my brother never texts me, but he sends me a link, and it says Chuck Norris has died according to his family, and my brother's message was, he may wake up this afternoon.
That's the first thing I thought of. That's the first thing I thought. He was literally Instagramming himself fighting on the beach like 9 days ago.
I know, man. It seemed like he stayed in very good shape.
He was going to be in a movie. He'd already agreed to be in a movie when this story broke.
By the way,
last night.
I think that movie you were talking about was called Enter the Dragon.
Well, Enter was the American version. That was
okay.
American. That was the one that he did. That was made by the one he did right before he died. That was made by an American studio.
We'll find it. Coop, do you have the clip I sent you of Chuck Norris?
Yes.
Okay.
Which one? I have two.
I want to play. This is just from the trailer for Delta Force.
Oh, good movie, yeah.
From 1986. This is I just want to give you like 35 seconds of this trailer. It's amazing.
We're members of Delta Force and we're here to take you home.
The Delta Force. Starring Chuck Norris. And Lee Marvin.
American, I want to negotiate. Do you hear me, American?
Loud and clear.
America's new heroes, the Delta Force.
There you go. Delta Force 1986.
My dad loved Walker, Texas Ranger too.
Oh, well.
Did you
like the way he would sing Walker, Texas Ranger?
That was a little much, but
well, let's hear that as well. Who knew? A man of many talents.
In the eyes of a ranger, the unsuspecting stranger had better know the truth of wrong from right. 'Cause the eyes of the ranger are upon you.
I can envision him singing this in the studio to record it, and everybody in the control room is going, I ain't going to tell him how bad this sounds. You want to go in there and tell him? We're going with this track.
Now, there's no question that Chuck Norris would have wore Lee Majors out in the ring. But
no doubt.
Lee Majors, The Unknown Stuntman, is a much better song.
That's probably true.
It's
man, are you
definitely
trying
true.
to get into this area again? Are you going back for more?
I'm a Lee Majors and a Fall Guy fan, man. You can't fault me for that. The Fall Guy was a great show.
Man, the last 10 minutes of Delta Force, where he's chasing the plane and he's trying to escape and he's on the motorcycle.
Oh yeah,
that is unbelievable.
That's incredible.
I watched that again today just when I heard this news, and that scene. He's got two Jeeps that are shooting at him, and he does a wheelie between both Jeeps and then has rockets that are firing off the back of his motorcycle and kills them all, assuming, we guess, and then climbs into the plane to escape. I mean,
that's the only way you go.
That's the only way to go. Delta Force is actually a pretty good movie. There's a ton of big-name stars in it.
Well, that was just one of several that he did back in the 80s with that rescue POW thing. That was sort of a theme in the 80s.
I kind of liked his, he got kind of tight. I mean, obviously, when you're such an amazing martial artist, you get typecast in those types of roles. But like Lone Wolf McQuade and some of the other earlier ones, some of those before he had to play Chuck Norris all the time. I mean, that's what he played in the Bruce Lee movie. Basically, was just himself. But I like those movies, man. I think that when you look back retrospectively between him and Schwarzenegger and Stallone, those were like kind of the pantheon of action stars of the '80s, right?
I think Chris hit it. Who was ever in the booth when they were recording Walker, Texas Ranger? First of all, he probably had the idea that he was going to sing it, right?
Well, yeah, and there's three dudes in the booth. One of them's like the engineer who's not saying a word.
Right.
And then there's the producer of the show, and then there's the guy who's bankrolling it. And they look at each other and like, this is awful. Do you want to go tell him?
Yeah, right.
No, we're going with this.
The probability of that being a one take is 100%.
Exactly.
You can see Chuck now. He took off his headphones. Was like, man, I nailed it, right?
Yeah.
And then the sound engineer punches the button and goes, "Oh yeah, that was money. We're done."
Money, Chuck. Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh,
man. So Chuck Norris has passed away at the age of 86.
Rest in peace, Chuck.
Personally, I think I have a different perspective because I never actually saw any of his work.
Really?
I knew about him mostly through like cultural osmosis and his meme presence. So it's the sort of mythologizing of him is what I'm most familiar with.
Well, you've been talking about you want movies to watch with your dad.
Yeah.
Okay, so this weekend, say that you guys ought to sit down and watch Delta Force 1986.
You need to go get a VCR first so you can see them all.
That's right. That's right. Jeff Jenkins has joined us, hot from the arena.
How you doing,
Hot
Dave?
from the arena.
Yeah.
Hey, before you tell me about today's games, I want to ask you, what was your perspective on GW's win last night against Huntington?
Survived.
That's the only 1 point game in the tournament so far, right?
Survived. Yeah. They have a tough one tonight. Washington out of Jefferson County is very quick and took care of Parkersburg South last night. That'll be a good matchup. That's the 5:30 matchup. That's the first game as we go back here.
So what did you think of Wayne? I mean, not Wayne. What did you think of Wheeling Central today? They were just dominant.
They're just dominant. Eli Sankum, who's going to Liberty, 41 points, 12 rebounds. Dave, he drew 18 fouls. So he's a very, very good player, sees the floor so well, gets his other people involved so well, and they're undefeated. They took on Wyoming East tomorrow for the championship. Wyoming East has some size,
right?
Good guard play. That'll be a good championship game tomorrow.
How about
Double-A.
I was listening when you were on the air talking about how Wayne's crowd was calling the star of Wheeling Central a flopper.
Well, that's the other way around.
Oh,
Wheeling Central. Wheeling
really?
Central was calling the Wayne kid a flopper. He tried to take a charge from Sankum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So but Wayne played hard. Good. Good for Wayne. They had never been in the tournament before. Won their very first game in the tournament, and they're young. they bring back several guys from this year's team, so they'll make a push to be there next year.
We're talking about emotional games. We're going to do a little bit of this at 3:33 today. I guess this was played on midday, but if you haven't heard it, have you heard the student call of High Point's game?
Yeah, I played it on the morning news as well.
Okay, that's fantastic. Yeah. And juxtaposition it with the call from Nebraska's play-by-play voice for 41 years, calling the final seconds of the Huskers' first ever NCAA tournament win against Troy yesterday. I was looking at some of the data about that last night. It was bringing some Nebraska fans to tears when they call.
You should talk to Crash, man. Crash is about as hardcore as it gets.
Yeah. So okay, so we'll be playing that. That'll be coming up at 3:33 today. So
that's their first ever win.
I know. I
can't believe that.
I know. That's crazy to think.
That's impossible for me to believe.
And some of the things he says, the announcer says about it when the clock finally hits zero is pretty special stuff.
Well, now the call of the High Point game at least the one I played on the morning news was the student radio station. Right. It was the kid, like just a student. What a resume builder!
Absolutely.
Because man. He roasted the occasion. I mean, the moment was not too big for him. It was
he had his phone set up.
Yeah.
I mean, he was thinking ahead. He had his phone set, and he looked down at the end. So I'm thinking that maybe he had a little bit written out.
Hey, why not?
Why not? He was prepared for it.
Hey, Jim Nance does that.
Well, his color man stepped all over him, but you'll have that.
Hey,
it's like every great play-by-play call has a color man stepping on it. It's incredible.
That's true. That's true.
Everybody's got a Joe Nuxall.
But how about? But how much publicity has High Point gotten in the last 24 hours? I mean, have you ever been to High Point?
I've been.
Where is it?
It's in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's Winston-Salem.
Yeah,
basically.
Right. Yeah, you'd be stunned. I've done a couple of games there. I haven't been in their new arena, but I did the Big South Championship in their old arena. Their campus is immaculate, and it's really not in a very good part of town at all. And it's a very exclusive school to go to. So people, are finding out that's one of the things about college sports. One of the reasons why do we pour so much money into it? It's an unbelievable advertisement for the university. There'll be people who will go to High Point because of what happened against Wisconsin yesterday.
And that's the beauty of the NCAA tournament is that can happen, especially in those first two rounds.
All right, Jeff, what do you got? What's going on in the news today?
We got several things. Morgantown's got an influx of. They got numbers of events, including the NCAA first round in the women's. They just had the media day up there. We'll have a story coming up.
Yep.
They just had a shoot around practice. So we'll have that. And Morgantown folks are asking, I'll just pass this along, if you're going to the basketball game, they're asking you to enter on I-68 and come through town that way because there's a lot of events at Milan Park tomorrow, some big events there. And so they're asking you to kind of separate that traffic. It's hard to convince basketball fans not to get off at Star City. But that's what they're trying to do.
There's a big swim thing and a baseball game.
And also,
right?
Dave, we've got, you've done a lot of air mileage. We've got this TSA thing is getting bigger and bigger. More and more TSA workers are just finding other work because they can't get paid. So the lines are getting longer and longer. And how is that impacting? We got a story about Yeager. They say they're fine for now. The state's busiest airport. But you get into some of these larger places and the waits are growing and growing.
Yeah, that's terrible.
In the TSA line.
Yeah, this is a story that got posted around noontime today about what's going on up at Yeager. Let me get the question of the day set out there. And it's pretty simple. I mean, it's funny how fast time goes. The state tournament's almost over. I mean, we've got 3 games tonight. You got 4 games tomorrow. We're down, we started with 28 games? So we're down to 7 games left. So I wanted to get a question of the day, just a simple one, to mix up some conversation out there with some of our listeners. Here's the question of the day, and it is sponsored by Salango Law. What are some of your favorite state tournament memories? They might be set this week. Could be coming this week. If you're a fan of Wayne, you made the tournament this week. What are some of your favorite state tournament memories? To respond, text those in, 304-TALK, 304-304-8255-304. Tweet me. I'm on X at Weekly, WEEKLEY. By the way, we have not forgotten about the Joe Green death hoax today. Did you hear about that? So we will be reacting to that as well. Let's take a quick Jeff, thank you. We'll take a quick break. We're coming back with more in just a moment.
sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
On the next State of Minds. I came here to Morgantown, the WVU. I wanted to play football. Tried to walk on, but I was humbled very quickly. So I joined the WVU forestry team. What my father taught me was the importance of hard work and the importance of sweat equity.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just gonna be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not gonna be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News. I'm Chris Lawrence. Officials at West Virginia International Airport say unlike airports across the nation, there have been no issues with the TSA at their facility. Airport spokesperson Paige Withrow.
We have not had any issues. We've been fortunate not to have any issues here at CRW. I know that some of the larger airports are beginning to have issues. So if you are traveling through one of those airports, we suggest that you look at that airport's social media or their website beforehand to see how long they're suggesting that you arrive at or how early you should arrive at the airport.
She says they are also collecting food and relief items for their 50 or so TSA agents who continue to show up for work without a paycheck as Congress argues over Homeland Security funding. A nearly $2 million appropriation from the governor's civil contingency fund will help draw down the final money needed to complete a new taxiway project at the North Central West Virginia Airport in Bridgeport. Governor Patrick Morrisey announced that contribution this afternoon. The taxiway will connect the runway to the facility's new $80 million terminal. Total cost of the project about $5 million. The West Virginia DMV warning of a potential scam. Some folks are getting text messages asking for payment for everything from fines to tolls. DMV Commissioner Everett Frazier.
The DMV will never send anyone a text requesting payment.
You're listening to Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Around here, sunrise only means one thing. It's time to get to work. Whether you're hauling, herding, baling, or raking, Kubota tractors and hay tools are built to make hay any day, including while the sun shines. Learn more about how Kubota is built to get the job done right at KubotaUSA.com. Go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimers.
Worried about paying for college? Metro News is proud to present the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program, where one high school junior in West Virginia will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan College, including room, board, tuition, and fees. For details, go to WVMetroNews.com and click the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program, presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to WVMetroNews.com and apply today by May 3rd.
A former Wheeling business owner admits to fraud totaling close to $300,000 in COVID relief money. The U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of West Virginia says 48-year-old Bradley Temple of Delray Beach, Florida, who formerly was of Wheeling, pleaded guilty to unlawful money transactions. He misrepresented his business to gain more than $277,000 in loans for his trucking company, but then used the money to pay personal and non-permissible expenses. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
Listen, I'm a West Virginian through and through. Grew up in Bridgeport, 35 years in the Charleston area. Rooted for the Mountaineers since, well, let's not talk ages. You won't find a bigger fan of our teams, but they get called out when they deserve it. Metro News Hotline is the same for everything. Movies, music, local happenings, my inside knowledge, and occasional rants. Meet Coop's sharp humor, guaranteed to spark good talk radio. Think you can keep up? We're your afternoon anecdote to the ordinary on weekdays 3 to 6 on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. All right, Chris Lawrence from the Morning News is still here, which is a great thing. Ryan Nicholson had to go into hair and makeup because he'll be back for Buy or Sell. That'll be coming up in a half an hour.
By the way, he was tearing you apart yesterday.
I don't even want to talk about it.
That was epic.
I don't even want to talk about it.
I know you didn't want to talk about it yesterday, but you did.
No, I tell you what, he is definitely in his lane.
Oh, yeah.
On the video game report.
And you definitely aren't.
Yeah, and I was flailing. I was flailing a lot out there.
Sometimes it's, what was that saying that my grandmother used to say? It's better to remain quiet and let people think you're a fool than to speak up and remove all doubt.
That's fine, but this is radio. So... So, hey, you and I were talking about your Tennessee Vols are playing today, coming up in about an hour against Miami University.
They should win that, but who knows?
Well, they're double-digit favorites. But I did see this in the first four in Dayton earlier this week when Miami beat SMU. I saw this stat. Miami, 80-plus points, 20-plus assists, 15-plus threes, fewer than 5 turnovers. No team had ever done that in the history of the NCAA tournament.
Wow.
Well, that's crazy.
It's pretty crazy, right? Let me say that again. 80-plus points, 20-plus assists, 15-plus threes, fewer than 5 turnovers. Miami is the only team to ever do that in the history of the tournament.
But if you're a coach, you can't ask for much more than that.
That was pretty good, right?
I don't know what there's left to critique after you play a game like that.
Hey, man, I'm glad you're here because I want to play some of these broadcasting clips. Cool. Okay. Oh, but before we do that, you've got one more Chuck Norris memory. What do you got?
So this is something that I just came across. I sort of remembered seeing this, and so I went looking for it, and luckily somebody just posted it recently. So this was Chuck himself explaining to an interviewer what happened when he visited a tiger's cage one time.
I went in, and I bent down and I petted him, and all of a sudden, you heard this like that. So the trainer says, get up very slowly and back up. So the tiger did. He slowly got up and
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
man.
I sort of remembered that, and I went looking for it. I found that was awesome.
That is really, really good. All right, so we got a couple of calls here from the NCAA tournament from yesterday. I think that deserve our attention.
Oh, sure.
And forgive me if you've heard this already on the morning news and also on midday.
Yeah.
But so yesterday, High Point beat Wisconsin. A lot of people had Wisconsin going a long way in this tournament, and why not?
Yeah.
Why not? But you always, in your bracket, you should always pick an upset, a 12 to beat a 5, and that played out yesterday. But just imagine you're at the student station for High Point. You probably have one suit, right? Yeah. You probably own one suit.
Probably had to get somebody to tie the tie for you.
That's right. Yeah. And you're on press row for the NCAA tournament against Big Bad Wisconsin from the Big Bad Big Ten. Suddenly, you think you're in the game. You are in the game. You've got a 1-point lead, and Wisconsin's got the ball with 10 seconds. 10 seconds. And here is how it went.
Takes it in bounds. 9 seconds. Boyd wants it inside. Drive. 6 seconds. Block! And Boyd, they launch down court. Anderson gets it. Throw on the glass slipper. It's a Cinderella story in Portland, Oregon. For the first time in program history, High Point breaks through. We will see you in the round of 32. Oh, what a feeling!
So he sounded almost like one of those guys calling a boxing match from back in the 30s, like, and a left, and a right. Like he went into that toward the end. He just ran out of air.
That was a perfect thing to put on your broadcaster reel, right?
Oh, yeah. I'd lead with that.
Yeah. So, I mean, just the thought of that, there's always a first time for everything, right? And that's obviously the first time he got a chance to call a huge upset, and that High Point game made national headlines. So,
and that call will live forever.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
It will. So I got one more. Now, here, think about this. So High Point beats Whiskey yesterday. Meanwhile, Nebraska has never won an NCAA tournament
They now have
game.
just as many tournament wins as each other, right?
Yeah, exactly. They have just the same number. And Kent Pavelka has been doing Husker games for 41 years. He's had a long drink, okay? He's been there and back. He's punched tickets on this train for a long, long time. Nebraska fans, how many years, at the beginning of the season, this is the year. Husker ball, baby.
And Crash was telling me somewhat unique in that he used to do football and basketball and then stopped doing football like in the 90s, I guess, just to focus on doing basketball.
Yeah, Nebraska ball, right? And that's what we're talking about here. So they beat Troy yesterday. So they are through to the round of 32. Here are the final seconds coming off the clock for Nebraska.
This place is going to erupt. It's going to absolutely erupt. And here they dribble it out. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second left to go. And there's the horn. There's the game. Nebraska's first NCAA win in history in Oklahoma City over the Troy Trojans. It's all over. It's all over. All the years going home from conference tournaments, sitting in front of the television, and the ache in the pit of your stomach, wishing you could be there. And then getting to the NCAA once in a while and not winning. All that's history now. And not being a part of it, now you don't have to go home and watch and dream.
I mean,
wow.
It was all coming out there at the end.
That was heavy.
He had an out-of-body experience there
I know.
for a moment.
Like I say, Nebraska fans who are listening to that yesterday, I was seeing online, they were like, welling up in tears.
I have a quick question for you. It's only a slight non sequitur.
Okay.
So if that game was in the other four or whatever it is they call it,
first four.
The first four, right. Would that have counted as their first NCAA tournament win?
Yeah, they count those.
They do. Okay.
They do.
Okay,
They count those, and they changed the rules a couple of years ago that the amount of money that you get for an NCAA tournament win, once you get into the tournament, the round of 64, it counts the same.
What a wonderful call. I mean, what a wonderful emotion for a guy that's obviously been doing that for a long time.
I know. And there's a great picture, too, of the team that's coming over to the broadcasting table. So, I mean, it wasn't just a job. It's not a job with a lot of these guys, man. I mean, they are part of the scene.
Well, that's why he's still doing it 41 years later.
That's right. Is there anybody in our listening audience that has had a daydream about what TC would sound like calling a West Virginia national championship or something?
I don't know.
Like the final seconds.
That's a good question. Well, I guess
it would probably have something to do with a great night to be a Mountaineer.
Probably,
but
probably.
I'm just guessing.
Oh, the final, sure.
Yeah.
Now that guy from High Point, he had some of that stuff written down. I mean, he hit it all right. They got the Cinderella thing in, check. Glass slipper, check. Blah 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 blah. That was good.
We'll see you. We'll see you in the round of 32.
See you in the round of 32, baby.
Never know what will happen.
That's
what
exactly
a feeling.
Right. Let me get a couple of these clips in here. And I want to start with the boys basketball tournament this morning. Wyoming East down Bluefield 56-51. Class AA semis. Here's Wyoming East coach Kent McBride on advancing to tomorrow's finals.
I think probably Tony could say the same thing. It's a situation where you kind of just got to step back and trust who you have on the floor. Neither team gave an inch to the other. So the fourth quarter was a lot of just trusting our guys. There was a scramble situation late when they tried to press and ended up with the Keegan layup, and Coach Chapman yelling, take a timeout, and it worked out. We got a little bit of a scramble situation, and Keegan made a play. That's just a heavyweight battle, man. It's a heavyweight battle from two really good teams that know a lot about each other. So we're fortunate to be on this side.
All right, 3 more semifinals tonight at the state tournament beginning at 5:30. Now, I want to talk to Chris a bit, so we'll get some of these clips later. You get to the tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's an accomplishment. You get to the tournament, and maybe you win a game. You win a game, and suddenly you're in the semifinals, and then the dream ends, man. That's a killer, right? When
only one team goes home happy.
Yeah, that's right.
In each class. So I remember in high school, our high school was a football factory. I mean, we were a football school. But we did go to the state tournament in Virginia one time, and it was the same year that we won our first football state championship. So the same group of athletes went to the basketball one, and we got up there, and I wasn't playing, but I went just to be part of it. And we met Ralph Sampson.
Oh, nice.
He was playing at Virginia at the time. So, and there's a picture in the yearbook of Sampson standing on the floor and like 3 or 4 students standing on the bleachers, and they're still shorter than him.
Yeah, you can't believe how big he really is in person.
Exactly. But you talk about the dream ending, and they went in Virginia. It was a Final Four, like 4 regions of the state went. And yeah, when we got to Charlottesville, we couldn't hang with those guys from Hampton Roads, places like that. It was they mopped up the floor with us pretty good up there.
Back to Sampson for a second. I've seen him in person a couple of times. I've seen him arrive late at games at UVA. And the thing you think about, when you watch these guys on TV, you think, oh, man, it'd be so great to be 7'4". It'd be so great to be that tall. And then you think, that dude is 7'4", 24/7, 365.
Yeah. Where are you going to find clothes? You're going to have to tailor-make your clothes. Where are you going to find a bed that's going to fit?
What about a car to drive?
Riding in an airplane. I'm not 7'4", and I'm telling you stuff that I've experienced just being a big guy. I can't imagine being that big. I mean,
hey, what do you got going? What do you got going on West Virginia Outdoors tomorrow?
Oh, we'll talk about they just finished up the research work for the year on the elk. They do that every year, that they tranquilize some of them, give them a health check, and so forth. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll have John Hammond, the coach of the Mountaineer, the national champion Mountaineer rifle team, will be on with us tomorrow. And I had another story that I ran into that was a really cool buck story. A guy killed a really nice buck, and it was it had a little bit of a twist to it, so we'll have that as well.
Back on Hammond, the coach of the rifle team, we had Kevin Kinder on the show yesterday, and he covered it in Columbus last weekend. does the coach react to? Were they? How did they feel going into the final day when they were not in the lead?
Well, he said, well, the bad news is we're sitting in fourth. The good news is we're only 3 points out of first place. It was really tight, and it was really clustered at the top. So, and a lot of times, when you're West Virginia Rifle, a lot of times that'll have an impact on other people.
I hadn't thought about that.
They are the Notre Dame of Rifle. They are the Kentucky, North Carolina of college basketball. When it comes to Rifle, it's WVU.
Hey, speaking of that, Coop, you got the final seconds of that Kentucky game today. That's crazy, right? I mean, what a wild ending! It looked like Santa Clara was going to knock the Cats out of the game, and Howe hits a 3 at the buzzer and sends the game to overtime. Kentucky advances 89-84. I think most Cats fans felt like this was going to be a really tight one.
Yeah, I have that. This is an insane sequence. This is about 40 seconds, and I think there's 3 possessions in this.
All right, here we go. This is the end of regulation.
Chandler gets it to Howe to spin, elevates, lays it in, and we're tied. Spirit, now you sit on it if you're Santa Clara. This is Gabalugov. Graves elevates, buries it. 2.4. Away! Oh, he got it! Otega Howe has just etched his name in the March Madness lore.
Ooh, that was a miracle shot.
Woo,
miracle shot.
I'm not going to hide the fact that I'm bummed out by that. I would really like to see them lose.
I was watching that, and I didn't know it was about 5 minutes after it happened when it was still playing in overtime. I didn't know the game was in overtime at that point. I thought I was watching it live, honestly. But I was yelling down the hallways like, "Is this real? I can't believe this!" Because it was just bam, 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 bam. That was incredible.
Yeah, so Howe had 35 points in the game, and UK wins 89-84. All right, we need a break, and we'll come back. We'll get into the follow-up file. We had some good stuff. Chris, you the man.
All right, my man. And of all the shows we've done, this was another one.
This was another one.
Actually, somebody told me I should say, of all the shows you and I have done together, this was the most recent one.
There you go. Chris Lawrence of the Morning News and West Virginia Outdoors tomorrow. Don't miss it. Let's take a break. Back in a minute.
Metro News Hotline, brought to you by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
No young person.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today. Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kercheval. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
All right, time for the follow-up file. When we started our question of the day segment, we originally wanted to read all the responses, but we started getting too many to do that. Some would come in so late or even after the show was over, we couldn't find a way to get that stuff into the program. Until now, with the follow-up file, hey, yesterday we had a question about your brackets. Who are your Final Four teams? You had to bet your life savings on one double-digit seed to win at least one game in the tournament. Which one would you choose? We had a lot of responses to this particular question of the day. Steve DeWeese. Dave, I had High Point. Yeah, I believe you. Toddster's got Arizona, Duke, Michigan, and Florida. St. Mary's would be his one game that he would bet his life savings on. Question of the day from earlier this week. I wanted to try something a little bit different. You've been kidnapped, but 2 hours later your kidnapper returns you because you won't stop talking about blank. What won't you stop talking about? 304-444-DAVE. I'd totally get on my kidnapper's nerves talking about Star Trek. 304-541. Dave and Coop, I wouldn't stop talking about The View. How about this? That is pretty interesting. Harley says, Dave, I'm told my casual conversations turn into cross-examinations. Andy Smith said, my kidnappers would bring me back because I spend too much time talking about Dave Weekly's Hotline Question of the Day, sponsored by Salango Law. Andy, checks in the mail, son. St. Patrick's Day question. If you found a pot of gold, what would be the very first non-practical thing you would buy? And what's your most tenuous connection you have to Ireland? 304 and 997. Hey, Dave, if I found a pot of gold, I'd buy a brand new, top-of-the-line Airstream trailer. I could spend the winter camping in style in sunny South Florida. The only Irish connection I have is being a grad of Notre Dame High School in Clarksburg. You have a great day. Hey, you have a great day as well. 681-981. Dave, no longer in the 240. My connection to Ireland is that I once met all of the Celtic women after a show. Mary Nesbitt, the violinist, is my favorite. That is really, really interesting. Here's Joey on X. Dave, I'd buy a golf course and have my first tee time every day, whether it was 7 or 11. My tenuous tie to Ireland, my son played for Notre Dame in Clarksburg during their glory years. All right. Let's see. Pastor Sonny Kraft. Dave, nothing non-practical for me, but I would treat my loved ones to any frivolous want they had in their mind. My tenuous connection, a diluted bloodline. Hey, thanks to everybody who sent stuff in for the follow-up file this week. We'll take a quick break. We're coming back to wrap up hour number 1 in just a moment.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Talking to your
sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action. Stay connected to what's happening today in West Virginia.
What about this and what about that? And it just went back and forth. And I was just the guy reading the text. Okay, so what's your take on the whole thing?
Well, now you just get me fired up. Now you just
so I'm gonna turn on. I'm gonna run down to Wendy's and grab a burger, and I'll be back.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just gonna be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not gonna be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
All right, we will take a break here at the top of the hour for news. It's been a wild week on Wall Street. We'll give you the final numbers from the financial markets after the news at the top of the hour. Reset our question of the day about your state high school basketball memories. We want your texts on that. We'll play some buy or sell. And don't forget, we're about a half an hour away from Beer Friday. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hoppy Kercheval, 5:55 a.m. How early did you get in that day, by the way?
Probably 3:30.
How long did you do sign-on shift?
I signed on like 7 years.
Not all.
6 days a week for 7 years.
Lightweight.
I know. Couldn't do it now. Now when I wake up at 3:30 is to go to the bathroom. And go back to bed.
Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, where we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And so, and Stephen, I don't even know whether you know this. I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date on. I put 2025 on it, because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore? I mean, you did it when you were in school. You did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AB, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet. And it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh, yeah, he did find something out. Something, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian.
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could.
So I don't have a monitor here, so I really can't see what happens at the beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So at what point do I pop up? When the music starts and Mr. Announcer comes on?
Yeah.
So they see all the little panic things that I do that I'm still in the process of setting up?
Yes. They see you shuffle about uncomfortably. They see you blow the dust off your headphones. They see you put in like 2 cough drops at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do 2 at the same time. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't know that. I should probably. Now, these shows are archived, right? So I can go back and watch them.
Yes.
So I could live this show in real time and then go home and, when I say something to Linda like, hey, did you hear when I did this? And I don't watch it. Well, let's get in front of the TV and watch me do it again for 3 straight hours.
Yes, it's archived just like the audio podcast.
Ah, that's right.
And see, this is the thing that gets the NCAA in trouble. Excuse me. When it goes to court here. Is there a clock or not? Greg, we talk about the clock all the time. Mm-hmm. If he began in 2019, the clock should have run out, whether he's played the 4 years or not. And that's part of the argument, because some guys go right through the clock, right? TJ Finley, we've mentioned many times on this show. 7th team coming up this year. He's playing for Incarnate Word. He's played 7 seasons at 7 different schools. Now, why hasn't his clock started? Why doesn't he have the 5-year clock? So if you're Aguilar, I get it.
He just bouncing him off the ropes. Somebody save this man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Very nice, very nice. He hit him with everything he didn't want.
Yeah. 10 seconds remaining.
There'll be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up, and Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call, and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
Things aren't always going to be great. And sometimes, you can work really, really hard and it's still not great. You're still not successful. But, if you continue to do it, one way or another, things are going to be work out. You're going to be successful. And it may not be in the world's eyes, but, God's made us this way. He's blessed us with so many things. And I think that's one of our attributes that we need to have is we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work hard. And if it doesn't work out exactly how we want, just keep plugging away because God's got better plans.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. Hour number 2, how do you do? Metro News Hotline on this Friday. We're into a lot of stuff today. This is going to be a busy hour. We'll take a look at what happened in the financial markets today. A little bit of a sell-off into the weekend, which is a little bit concerning. We'll give you the numbers on that in just a moment. We'll reset our question of the day. It's Friday at the top of the 4 o'clock hour, so that means it's time to play Buy or Sell. We are here. We have our topics. We'll get into Buy or Sell here in just a minute. A little bit later on in the half hour, we've got the entertainment report. Bottom of the hour, Friday at 4:33, like clockwork, Pat Strader, hashtag Beer Friday. So we'll get into that. 5 o'clock hour. Coop, this is going to be one of those days, right? Where the Big 580 is going to break away for high school basketball.
Yeah.
So it'll be the last day of the secret shows. The secret shows.
Yeah.
GW plays Washington at 5:30. The pregame starts at 5.
The scenario we talked about earlier in the week came up where George Washington and Washington are playing each other, and they're both the Patriots. So it's George Washington Patriots and the Washington Patriots.
I might have to check out some
We'll
of
have
that
to ask
call.
Jeff about it.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff about it.
Did you?
Well, we'll have to.
Yeah,
we'll have to.
That's going to be interesting.
It'd be real funny if they wore the same uniforms, too.
That's exactly right.
And one team spied on the other and copied all their numbers, so everybody's wearing the same numbers.
Games today at the tournament. Wyoming East beat Bluefield 56-51. Chapmanville over Winfield 70-47. Wheeling Central dominated Wayne 86-53. Washington and G-Dub, they get going at 5:30. Bridgeport and North Marion at 7:15. Spring Mills and Morgantown, that's the late game, at approximately 9-ish. And then the 4 championship games tomorrow. Metro News is your home for all that stuff. In the 5 o'clock hour. So it's the secret show, so-called secret show. Some affiliates will be with us. Some will break away to high school basketball. For those who break away, for the listeners who want to stay with us, there is a feed of our show at the website, WVMetroNews.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook Live or on YouTube, don't even worry about it.
I just had an idea.
What's that?
If you're out there listening, if you're watching, if you're on YouTube or Facebook or you're streaming somewhere or you're one of our affiliates that stay with us, send us a hotline dedication.
Hey, there you go. That's a good idea.
We will voice a message to someone you love. Just send us a message in the 5 o'clock hour, 304-825-5304, 304-TALK-304. Send us a message or get a hold of us on social media. Send us a message to someone you love. It is a hotline dedication.
A long-distance dedication.
That's right.
And as I mentioned yesterday, if this is a podcast you're listening to next week, just disregard all this.
Yeah,
Just disregard it. Don't worry about it. It's not going to affect you. It's already happened. It's in the past. Let's get into the financial markets today. All right. So the markets selling off, losses mounting from the impact of the war in Iran. The Dow and NASDAQ nearing correction levels. The Dow was down 443 points today, down 1%, closing at 45,577. S&P 500 down 100 points exactly, losing 1.5% today, closing north of 6,500, but just barely north at 6,506. NASDAQ was down 2%, lost 443 points, 21,647. Among stocks of local interest to West Virginia that were big percentage gainers or losers today, there's a lot of red on this board, frankly. FMC down 6% today, lost 85 cents, 13.09. At the close, Home Depot was down 2%, lost $6.81, 321.40 at the end of today's session. In the energy space, oil, as you might imagine, up 2.6%, gained $2.48. WTI on the NYMEX goes into the weekend just north of $98 at $98.03. Nat gas right now down 2.2%, down 7 cents. Snapshot at 4 o'clock. It's $3.10 per unit. All right, question of the day. Pretty simple. You got the state tournament here in Charleston wrapping up tomorrow, believe it or not. It's been going on since Tuesday. Still have 3 more semifinal games beginning at 5:30 tonight. But the question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law, what are some of your favorite state tournament memories? What are some of your favorite state tournament memories? To respond, text those in 304-TALK 304, 304-8255 304. Tweet me. I'm on Exit Weekly, WEEKLEY. By the way, Coop, we didn't get a chance to get into this. We have some interesting comments from our listeners in the miscellaneous file from the follow-up file that I think probably deserve our attention. So we'll probably do some of that in the secret show.
That's a lot of fouls.
Yeah, it is a lot of files.
It's a lot of fouls.
Right?
You and your fouls.
Yeah, I need stuff in its proper places.
I envision like Mulder with all of his files of X-Files.
Right. Okay, well, you know what it's time for. So go ahead and hit the music because it's time to play Buy or Sell.
Thanks.
Buy or Sell. You know, Matt Guitar Murphy's here. No, he's not here.
He had to pull duty. He's out front.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, so if you swing by, you can stick your head in the door and say, hey, Matt.
So it's not anything I said?
No, but he gave me the answer to mine.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I ran it by him just a minute ago.
Okay, all right. So here we go, Buy or Sell. Time for Buy or Sell. We're thinking every Thursday when Amy Smith from Investors Business Daily comes on the show to talk about buying and selling stocks in the markets. Why don't Coop and I do a segment where we use the same idea for sports, music, pop culture, and more? So that's what we're doing today. So let's get started with Buy or Sell. Guys, would you mind if I start?
Please.
Yeah,
Please.
Let me start.
Your name's on the show.
Oh, well, that is a point. I want to talk a little bit about Survivor on CBS. Survivor on CBS. Their 4th episode of the year got the lowest rating ever. It featured an extended cameo by Zach Brown, the singer. He received 4 confessional interviews and dedicated scenes showing him spearfishing and performing songs for the winning tribe's reward. Fans criticized the lengthy celebrity segment, arguing it wasted valuable screen time that could have showcased player strategy during a major blindside. Brown personally pitched his appearance to the host of the show, Jeff Probst, calling Survivor his favorite show. However, viewers felt the celebrity cameos contradict this season's in the hands of the fans theme. So guys, buy or sell, reality shows really aren't built for celebrity contestants. I mean, we already know so much about our celebrities because of social media. We see them on Instagram and we see them on the entertainment shows. Maybe 30 years ago it would have been exciting to see like a country music singer appear on a reality show, but those days are over. So buy or sell, reality shows really aren't built for celebrity contestants.
I think that, especially in this case, because you're talking about a celebrity going on to, like if this was Celebrity Survivor, that's a different story. I think people tune into that for a different reason than what they tune into this for. And I think when you drop somebody into the middle of this, it does a lot of things. To me, the problem I've always had was Survivor suspending the disbelief. Early on in its run in an early internet forum, I remember a producer quit and they posted all kinds of behind the scenes photos, and here the people are, I'm starving, and then like there's this huge like lobster buffet that the crew and stuff eat on that's on the island. It's kind of hard to grok those two things together sometimes. So I think that it, for fans of the show, I think I can see how this would really take you out of that moment. It's supposed to be about surviving. It's supposed to be about decisions in the moment and stuff like that. And now people are like just laying back and watching Zach Brown, who I like just fine.
Me too.
But just lay back and watch him perform. It really takes the idea that there's any stakes at all involved off the table, I feel.
I just kind of feel like if I wanted to watch Zach Brown do some spearfishing, there's probably some social media out there that I could have looked at as opposed to watching him do it on Survivor.
Or it could be an extra. And what's CBS doing? Couldn't they put this behind a subscription paywall or something? It could be on like CBS Extra or whatever, and you have to pay for it. Or you have to get on Paramount or whatever to see the extras of Survivor with Zach Brown.
That's actually a pretty good point. What do you think, Ryan? The buy or sell. Reality shows aren't really built for celebrity contestants.
I'm going to buy. I think in general there's sort of a celebrity fatigue, I guess, outside of stuff like actors in movies, but like I'm kind of tired of like just having to put celebrities in everything, It's like, oh, it's a game show with a celebrity host. It's like, Well, what are the other hosts doing? Why can't I get a new guy in there?
Soapbox Derby, but with celebrities.
Celebrity. Do you like Jeopardy, Celebrity Jeopardy? Because I thought I would like it, but I'm really not intrigued by it.
Not particularly, no.
Well, the problem is some of the celebrities aren't smart.
Yeah,
so they don't do well.
But 30 years ago, you never saw celebrities enacting in these types of forums, But now
celebrities used to have to go to Japan to make commercials.
That's right.
Because it was considered a low form of art here, and now you can't get them off the TV for Bitcoin or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, Coop, you got shortchanged in time last week, or maybe you got skipped last week.
Yeah, just skipped. It's okay.
Okay, so what do you got? What's your buy or sell?
Super easy this week. Won't take a lot of time. Okay, so a few years back, I think it was 11 years ago, someone on Reddit had finally had enough. This person had been lurking on the subreddit r/grilled cheese for 3 years, silently seething, watching post after post of people slapping pork, spinach, bacon, pretentious breadcrumbs on a sandwich and calling it a grilled cheese. And one morning, this person snapped. Now, this is ground that we have tread before. They created a brand new Reddit account for the sole purpose of posting a manifesto, and I quote, "The fact that this subreddit is called Grilled Cheese is nothing short of utter blasphemy." The person described themselves as a bland Midwestern white male, but declared themselves without irony the most passionate grilled cheese human being on the planet. They eat almost one every day, sometimes more than one, and they have their credentials. Their argument is simple. Cheese plus bread plus butter equals a grilled cheese. The moment you add anything else, tuna, bacon, tomato, whatever, you have made a melt, a totally different sandwich. So the question today for our panel is, buy or sell? A grilled cheese is simply bread, cheese, and butter. Anything else is something else.
Finally, someone speaking truth to power. This man is 100% right. And, here's the thing. People always try to get all fancy schmancy with these grilled cheeses. Oh, I made a triple grilled cheese that uses 3 different types of cheeses. If one of those cheeses ain't American cheese from a Kraft Singles, little cheap radioactive
Preach it, brother. Preach
stuff,
it.
It's not real grilled cheese.
Individually wrapped. You have to have at least one slice of individually wrapped cheese on that sandwich.
As you might imagine, I'm going to take the other side on this.
Okay,
Dave. So I'm gonna sell this because, for example, if you have a grilled cheese sandwich and you've got maybe some bacon bits,
bacon melt.
Bacon
melt.
But what are you eating? What are you
bacon
eating,
melt.
dude?
A bacon melt.
I've got a grilled cheese sandwich, man. That's what I'm eating.
Oh, so you have cheese, bread, and butter?
with some bacon bits.
Oh, you're having a bacon belt. Congratulations. That's a great sandwich, but it's not a grilled cheese.
Yeah, Dave. The rules are so explicitly lined up that you cannot mistake these for anything other than grilled cheeses. And yet you insist. You insist I need to have my meat. I need to have my protein in this grilled cheese sandwich, even if it destroys the sanctity of grilled cheese.
What if you have a hamburger? Does the same rules apply for hamburgers? It's if I put a tomato on a hamburger, it's no longer a hamburger. It's
because that's a hamburger and this is a grilled cheese.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Sorry, I didn't mean to blow out the mic.
I think that works. See, my favorite hack to a grilled cheese is hummus and tomato, but that's a hummus and tomato melt.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like the part this guy was hiding in the weeds for 3 years.
Yeah, and his final thing said, anything else is heresy.
Yeah.
Nice.
He had to make sure he was 100% correct, which he is, Dave.
All right, Ryan, what is your buy or sell?
All right. So, you ever been to South Africa, Dave?
Have not. Almost went once for work.
So there was this crazy thing that happened at the Kruger National Park in South Africa in 2007. It's called the Battle at Kruger, and it is an 8-minute, there's an 8-minute amateur wildlife video on it. It is an encounter between a herd of Cape buffalo, a pride of lions, and 2 crocodiles. And basically what happens is a family of buffalo are, they're near a watering hole, and this pride of lions goes up, attacks them, gets a calf from one of the buffaloes, and takes it away from the herd. The herd starts running off, and then
things just get worse for the calf because it tumbles near the water, and then near the water, the crocodiles come up, try to take the calf away from the lions. The lions get it back, but by the time that the lions are ready to chow down on this juicy buffalo calf, the rest of the herd of Cape buffalo come back, and in this like miraculous act of nature's vengeance, they like trample over the lions and save the calf. And all of this was captured on tape by a lucky wildlife photographer, and it is phenomenal. The photographer's name is David Budzinski, and it's available free on YouTube to watch. It's 8 minutes, and it is like pure storytelling just happening naturally. So buy or sell. Sometimes nature's got to respect the narrative.
How old is this video?
It came out in 2007, so it's
okay. I think I've actually seen part of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I'm gonna buy that. Yeah, those lions shouldn't have taken that calf.
Yeah,
you know. And what the crocodiles were. That's kind of an interesting twist to the whole thing. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that. Nature knows the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a really good one.
Sometimes it seems to work out that way. And I didn't, when you asked me if I knew the park, I didn't know the park, but as you told the story, I am familiar with the video. So I know what you're talking about. I didn't remember where it was from. It looks like it's obviously not AI. It wasn't staged, but it seems so narratively strong that it's like, wow, this is exactly what would happen like at the end of the Disney movie or whatever. Right. Like it's like you really don't expect that to happen in nature, because honestly, usually the lion eats the thing, and that's pretty much the way it goes. As that's the way nature works. So yeah, sometimes, and you run across that sometimes, whether you're in travel or you're observing other things. Occasionally, things work out in such a way you're like, wow, well, that worked out exactly the way that it maybe should have, and it surprises you.
It has a satisfying conclusion.
Exactly. It's not all the time, but sometimes you got to respect the narrative.
Hey, man, let me ask you, what's the name of that subreddit account about grilled cheese sandwiches?
Grilled cheese.
Just
r/grilled cheese.
r/grilled cheese.
All right. Okay. All right. All right. That's it. That is it for buy or sell. That was spirited.
Very spirited. By the way, Matt bought my premise as well.
He did.
Also, yeah. Bread, butter, and cheese is a grilled cheese.
And nothing else.
Until
Dave.
Till next time, that's buy or sell. All right, we'll take a break, and the entertainment report is next.
Hi, I'm Lane Tobin, and I'm a project consultant with Civil and Environmental Consultants. Growing up in West Virginia, I always dreamed of giving back to my community. That's why I chose CEC. As an employee-owned firm, we combine big company support with a close-knit culture. From stormwater management to new pedestrian trails, with every project, I see the impact we're making, and I couldn't be prouder. CEC isn't just where I work, it's where I make a difference. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
Golf Week called Pete Dye Golf Club one of America's best modern courses. Golf Digest recently called Pete Dye one of America's 100 greatest courses, and Pete Dye calls it 18 of the most exciting and memorable holes I've ever built on one course. Pete Dye Golf Club invites you to join the only course named after the legendary designer himself. National, corporate, and local memberships available now for a limited time. Visit PeteDye.com to learn more. Come play where the Mountaineers play at Pete Dye Golf Club.
Don't forget about our podcast. Check out your favorite podcast provider or simply go to WVMetroNews.com and click on the podcast link. This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
on the next State of Minds.
I came here to Morgantown, the WVU. I wanted to play football. Tried to walk on, but I was humbled very quickly. So I joined the WVU forestry team. What my father taught me was the importance of hard work and the importance of sweat equity.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. It makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
The guy that we have that mows our yard is my wife. It's free, which is nice. I don't care for the tone it is mowed in.
All right, it's 4:29 on the show. Oh, Coop, television shows. After our buy or sell discussion, guess what's on tonight on ABC at 8 o'clock?
Oh, what is it?
Celebrity Jeopardy.
Of course it is.
Let's take a break, and when we come back, it'll be time for Beer Friday with Pat Strader. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Morgan Pemberton. As the partial U.S. government shutdown continues, affecting Homeland Security, TSA agents at West Virginia International Yeager Airport continues to show up for work despite not getting a paycheck. The shutdown is causing more and more agents either calling in sick or finding a second job across the country. CRW spokesperson Paige Withrow says this isn't the case at their airport.
We are fortunate that we have not seen any disruptions at all here at CRW. And like I said, we have some of the best TSA agents in the country.
The airport has a TSA staff of 52 people. It was a successful day of giving for West Virginia State University earlier this week. WVSU President Eric Cage reported they were able to raise $1.1 million, more than doubling their original goal of $500,000. Cage says their donors play a key role in what the university is doing.
It takes a village to raise a child,
and to sustain a university. Our donors are an important part of the village that helps to propel our university forward. Their generosity speaks for itself.
And the Pierpont Community and Technical College Board of Governors has chosen Dr. Michael Wade as the college's next president. Wade has served with the college for nearly 2 decades in a variety of roles. This election now awaits approval from the state CTC system. You're listening to Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Come on, Liam, let's go. Get open. Come on, go for it. Wake up. Wake up, Liam. Oh, come on, use your head. Gotta want it. Dominate.
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the WVSSAC and the West Virginia Athletic Directors Association.
The North Central West Virginia Airport in Bridgeport received a nearly $2 million appropriation today from the governor's Civil Contingency Fund for their new taxiway project. The taxiway is going to be connecting the runway to the facility's new $80 million terminal. And the Hodson Pillar Foundation, a nonprofit aimed to support law enforcement, is going to be donating 16 canine drug detection kits to the Bridgeport Police Department tomorrow. The kits will allow canines to practice detecting drugs without having to use real contraband. The ceremony will take place at 9 a.m. at the Bridgeport City Hall. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Morgan Pemberton.
Every day, we fight to preserve magnificent places and wildlife, to keep our water and air safe, and to advance clean energy and combat climate change. We are Earth Justice, a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment. We are Earth Justice, and we're here because the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights and wins more cases on the environment than we do. Want to join us in this fight? The time is now. Go to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
When the whistle blows, everybody knows it's beer o'clock. Beer o'clock, I just can't wait. Beer o'clock, I don't want to be late. Beer o'clock, you know I worked all day for. Beer o'clock, you know quitting time round here is
beer o'clock. All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It'll be 5 o'clock in the old WV before you know it. And to that end, coming to the stage, red hot, Pat Strader with another edition of Beer Friday. By the way, if you got a question about beer or the craft beer industry in our state, don't hesitate. We only have Pat for just a limited amount of time this afternoon. I'm not sure what he's got going on, but we only have him for a couple of minutes. So send me a text, 304-TALK, 304-825-5304. 304. Pat, how you doing, brother? How's it going?
I'm doing great, Dave. Happy Beer Friday.
Happy Beer Friday. So, you know, right now here in Charleston, it's about 70 degrees. It's been a crazy week weather-wise since I talked to you last. I mean, we had tons of snow. Did you get a lot of snow this week?
Well, I was actually in Asheville all week, and it did snow down there. So, and then here at home, when I did get home, we had several inches out here in the yard. So, yeah, it's springtime in West Virginia, Dave.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I told Coop in the 3 o'clock hour, there were dudes mowing in my neighborhood when I left for work today. You know, kind of putting the pressure, on some of the rest of us. You know, it's like, hey man, is that gas that was in the mower from last October? Is it still good? All those kinds of questions. You know. Like, when's the last?
I got to go clean the carb.
Yeah, well, when's the last time I put oil in this thing? I don't know. If you don't remember, it's probably time to put some in there. You know. Let's talk a little bit about beer. Oh, the Blissville Wit. Let's start there.
Yeah, the Blissful Wit. This is a beer that Weathered Ground has been releasing each spring, and it's if you like a wit beer, it's the wheat with a very interesting kind of clove note to it, and then that's the esters from the yeast that are used in a traditional Hefeweizen. But this is out in cans and on tap there at Weathered Ground, and the forecast for this weekend, it looks like we may get a little rain tomorrow, but Sunday looks like a record high temps. I might just be sitting out there behind Weathered Ground drinking one of these days.
I tell you what, the can art looks pretty darn good. And man, Weathered Ground, they do such a great job. We've talked about this more recently in the last couple of episodes about how the local breweries are getting ingrained in our local communities. And I'm looking here. I mean, they had trivia night last night. They got live music. That seems to be that seems to be a real momentum shift, right? We're seeing a lot of these places do that on a much more consistent basis.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, they also use local produce a lot for many of their beers. They've got really good food. And, if you've never been there, if folks that are listening have never been there, they have just an amazing space out back. You can take the kids, they can run around, have fun. You can take your dogs out there, and it's just a really awesome place to hang out and with friends and family. So you're exactly right, Dave.
People are talking about the Philly cheese pizza at Weathered Ground as well. So check it out. They're right there on Flat Top Road in Cool Ridge. You can find them on Facebook, and we talk about them quite a bit. All right, moving on. What's up at the Peddler? What is the Uncle Bubby?
Well, this is a beer, and they've been doing this for a number of years. And, we often talk about, like, our breweries and sense of place and things like that. This one is really interesting because this is, I don't know, for lack of a better term, Dave, sense of people. But this is a beer that's brewed in honor of one of their very good friends. His name was Oliver Bailey, passed away a number of years ago. But they described this beer, as being an Irish red IPA, and that was because this friend of theirs, they said it reminds them of him, a redhead with hoppy tendencies, strong but approachable, and always left you feeling good. So I just, I think it's really cool to see that. But I have not tried this beer, but man, it looks fantastic. If you like those red IPAs that have a real solid malt backbone to them, but then like a hoppiness to them, this thing looks fantastic. Clocks in at 6.2. So if you happen to be down there in Huntington, go in there and give Uncle Bubby a try.
There you go. That's a good call on that. Brew Keepers. Oh man. Yeah. I should have asked you before we get to the Brew Keepers. So Pat, were you in Asheville for St. Patrick's Day? What's the scene like there?
Yeah, I was. It was actually pretty great. I went to a show at the Orange Peel. It was, Asheville is, if folks haven't been down there since the flood, I mean, like, they are strong and resilient, and Asheville is just a really interesting, unique place.
Yeah, you're right. It's funny, too, because there's so many people who say things like, you know what? I really like the vibe of Asheville. I'm going to get a second home there, or I'm gonna move there. And it's like, you might want to think you're going to do that, but
right,
you're going to have some deep pockets if you want to do that.
About 25 years too late, I think.
Yeah, you sort of missed the move there. All right, let's get into the Brew Keepers. What's happening there?
Yeah. Brew Keepers, keeping in line with the St. Patrick's Day, they're keeping the St. Patrick's Day vibe rolling, and they have a whole list of what they describe as real Irish beers. And these look really interesting, Dave. They have an Irish honey lager. For some folks out there that may remember Honey Brown, was a very popular kind of early craftish style. This is a legit honey lager. They also have an Irish red, a porter, and an Irish pirate stout. So, they've got a lot of very, very St. Patrick's Day themed beers that are still rolling on tap up there. So if you haven't had enough, put your green on and head out to Brew Keepers.
Yeah, if you know, you know. It's right there on Market Street in Wheeling. Did you see where they have a pint championship bracket going?
Yeah, I did.
Big
Timber's got something similar rolling with that.
Oh,
too.
Do they? Oh, I tell you what, that's a really good idea. I might have to steal that at some point. All right, let's talk about Free Folk. Tell me a little bit about the Hickory Horn Devil.
Yeah, well, okay, there's a lot happening here, Dave. I'm going to try and keep it tight.
Okay.
But tomorrow at the Free Folk Brewery, they're in Hico. It's a fantastic location. If you've never been, you're going to be amazed. But they're having what they call Maple Days. And they've got a number of different vendors coming in. And in fact, Blossom Hill Farm is going to be there. And Blossom Hill Farms provided the syrup and, this is really interesting, Dave, the maple sap water for, one of their seasonals. They call this the Hickory Horn Devil. And what's really unique about this is they did not use any just regular water to brew this beer. They used maple sap water, which of course, is what's distilled down to give us maple syrup. So very unique and interesting approach to this beer. This beer is in cans and on tap, so keep an eye out for it on local shelves. It's a small batch, so there won't be many. But if you happen to need something to do tomorrow, head out to Free Folk for Maple Days.
Okay, maple sap water.
Yeah.
What do you think? Have you ever heard anything like that?
I haven't, and I think it's super creative and really interesting. And I've tried this beer, but it's been a while, and I don't think that I realized that they used sap water in the mash. So I don't know. That's really unique. Unique.
That is really, really unique. Okay, so when you're talking about Free Folk, you're in Heiko, right there on Midland Trail.
That's right.
And like I said a couple of points ago, about these places and are becoming more ingrained in the community. How about the fact you can go to Free Folk and maybe get some craft beer, but then you can also sign up for their beginner-friendly pottery workshop that will begin on Sunday afternoon. So if you've had enough basketball or you want to get into to the pottery workshop, you can sign up for that. That is going to be on Sunday afternoon.
Yep.
That's great. All right, Abolitionist will be our last stop today. What's up with them?
That's right. Well, we talk about them all the time because they're always cranking out new beers, and this one looks fantastic. They're calling this Tropical Crush, Dave, and this is an IPA that uses the type of hops that's actually called Crush. Crush hop is the hop variety, and this also has grape skins in the mash, which is another kind of like, I would have never thought of that. And then my second thought was, where do you buy grape skins? I have no idea. But this looks really fantastic. Tropical Crush is now on tap amongst other, I think they have 20 beers on tap there at Abolitionist Days. But this thing looks really, really good.
Great stuff, Pat. Hey, man, the last time you and I were together last week talking about beer, you mentioned to me that you were listening to something from the Grateful Dead. What have you been listening to? Didn't you have some new vinyl?
I did, and it was a show from the Warfield Theater, which is one of my favorite venues. It's out in San Francisco. The old Jerry Garcia band, Merle Saunders and crew, and it's 6 LPs, and it's really fantastic. But I did just see Mike Gordon from Fish down at the Orange Peel in Asheville, so I'm kind of going down a little fish hole over here.
That's all right. That's all right, because I heard this week that they are releasing a 10 LP release that's related to the Grateful Dead movie. So I'm kind of interested in, although you see where it's going to be like $450.
I did, but I might be able to find the money for that.
Hey, do me a favor. Coop, when we need Pat, when you run that by your wife that you want to spend $450 on a 10 LP set of the Grateful Dead movie, go ahead and tape that, and so you can send it to me later because I want to see that.
Well, she was just at the beach for a week, so if she gives me any grief about that, I'll remind her that she just had a nice trip.
There you go. All right, what's in your hand, or what will be there soon, Pat?
Man, I brought back some really interesting stuff from Asheville, from Burial and Highland and some of the other breweries down there. So I'm going on a full Asheville beer cooler roulette this weekend.
Well, listen, if your wife gives you any trouble about that Grateful Dead 10 LP set, just remind her it's on colored vinyl. So that'll turn her right around.
I'll have her give you a call, Dave.
Pat, thanks for jumping on today, man. I do appreciate it. Have a great week.
Thanks for having me, Dave, and happy Beer Friday.
Happy Beer Friday to you as well. Oh, man. Pat Strader, he's the best. He is the best. All right, let's take a break, and don't forget the Secret Show is coming up in the 5 o'clock hour today. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it'll be time to get into the On the State File. Stay tuned.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today.
Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kercheval. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
All right, welcome back to the show. About 10 minutes till the hour. Many of you will be breaking away for coverage of the West Virginia Boys State Basketball Tournament at the top of the hour for the pregame show for the 5:30 tip. Quad A semifinal game between top-ranked George Washington and the 4th seed, Washington from over in the Panhandle. If you want to continue to listen to our show, for some affiliates, you don't have to do anything. You'll be sticking with us. But for others who break away, but they want to check out the remainder of our program today, you can find a stream of it at the website, WVMetroNews.com. And if you're watching on Facebook Live or on YouTube, you don't have to do a thing. Just kick back. We'll be here for you right up until 6 o'clock. Brad Howe from Sportsline will be here at 5 o'clock. We'll play in or out at 5:25. Aristotle Jones, Sounds Good West Virginia at 5:30. The last edition of the Capitol Report with Jeff Jenkins comes your way at around 5:40-ish. And we'll keep you updated on what's going on in the NCAA basketball tournament and keep you updated on what's going on with WVU baseball today. They're in progress against BYU, so stick with us. Okay, let's get into the On This Date file, and we will start with the birthdays, and we will start with the sports birthdays, and we got some good ones today. How about Pat Riley? Pat Riley is having a birthday today, turning 75. Mookie Blaylock of the Hawks, 53 years old today. Ricky Jackson, man, what a good linebacker. He's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, 7-time Pro Bowler with the Broncos, 68 years old today. Jamal Crawford, 3-time Sixth Man of the Year in the NBA, 46 years old today. Played for a bunch of teams, primarily the Hawks, the Blazers, the Clippers. Bobby Orr, number 4, Bobby Orr, having a birthday today, 78 years old. He's in the Hockey Hall of Fame, of course. Played primarily for the Bruins, and he really changed the game. He was a scoring defenseman. A little more on Bobby Orr, number 4.
Here's Bobby Orr, and what more is there to say about this youngster? The defenseman has all the moves and can break the game open any time.
Orr's offensive ability as a defenseman was unprecedented. In 10 seasons with the Bruins, he had 6 100-point seasons in a row, winning the scoring title twice. He won the Norris Trophy as the league's top defenseman a record 8 straight times, 3 Hart Trophies as the NHL's MVP, and 1 Lester Pearson Award. He didn't just break records, he shattered them and utterly recalibrated the standards for measuring a defenseman's offensive production. Before he joined the NHL, the record for points by a defenseman in a season was 59. In 1970-71, he scored 139.
Bobby Orr having a birthday today, 78 years old. From entertainment, Holly Hunter, 68. Hal Linden from Barney Miller, 95 years old today. Jimmy Vaughn, the brother of Stevie Ray Vaughan, a pretty good guitarist in his own right with Fabulous Thunderbirds, 75 years old today. Mikey Day from SNL is 46. Kathy Ireland, 63. Spike Lee having a birthday today, 69 years old. Great film director. But let's go back to the days where we knew him better as Mars Blackman with Michael Jordan talking about Nike.
Do you know who the best player in the game is? Me, Mars Blackman. And I'm way above the rim, demonstrating some serious hang time. Very serious. Do you know how I get up for my game? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? That's right. Air Jordan, Air Jordan, Air Jordan. Mike, what's up? Oh, money, why you want to do that to me? Why you leave me hanging? Come on, I got it. Oh, Mike, man. That's cold, man.
Spike Lee, 69 years old today. Birth anniversaries. Carl Reiner, born on this date in 1922. He died at the age of 98 in June of 2020. And William Hurt from The Big Chill, born on this date in 1950. He died in mid-March 2022 at the age of 71. Events on this date from sports. 1994, Bret Hart wins the WWF Championship at WrestleMania 10 at MSG.
Bret Hart using the assistance of the ropes to get back to his feet. There's a fist. Yes, but downstairs to the midsection. The Rocket now reversing in the hitman to the buckle. Here comes the Rocket. Ooh! Bret Hart going up. Look at this. They hooks him on the leg saying yes. A victory. No. Wow. Whoa. Hey. Wow. What do you think of that, McMahon? Wow. It's great. Look at this. What about it now? The world is in shock, Vince McMahon. The world is in shock right now. I'm in shock. Give him his due.
Give him his due. Bret Hart wins the WWF Championship at WrestleMania 10 on this date in 1994. And our musical birthday to the break, Carl Palmer of ELP. Emerson, Lake and Palmer is 76 today. The 5 things to know at 5 o'clock in sports are next.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All-new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All-new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action. Stay connected to what's happening today in West Virginia.
What about this and what about that? And it just went back and forth. And I was just the guy reading the text. Okay, so what's your take on the whole thing?
Well, now you just get me fired up. Now you just
So I'm gonna turn on. I'm gonna run down to Wendy's and grab a burger, and I'll be back.
Join Dave Allen weekdays for midday on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just gonna be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not gonna be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
Fair Housing Alliance.
Sports headlines at 5 o'clock. Winners at the Boys State Basketball Tournament today. Wyoming East, Chapmanville, and Wheeling Central. WVU and BYU tied at 8, bottom of the 7th in college baseball. And at the NCAA Tournament, Arizona, UVA, Texas Tech, and UK were winners. UK won in overtime against Santa Clara 89-84. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hoppy Kercheval, 5:55 a.m. How early did you get in that day, by the way?
Probably 3:30.
How long did you do sign-on shift?
I signed on like 7 years.
Not all.
6 days a week for 7 years.
Lightweight.
I know. Couldn't do it now. Now when I wake up at 3:30 is to go to the bathroom. And go back to bed.
Welcome to the 2 o'clock hour, Metro News Midday, powered by Salango Law. Visit salangolaw.com on a Wednesday, and I apologize because Stephanie Pauly is our producer, one of the producers of the show, and normally she has everything. We have a thing we call the run sheet, when we have who we're calling and what we're doing and so on. And so, and Stephanie, I don't even know whether you know this, I did the run sheet today, and I put the wrong date on. I put 2025 on it, because how many of us in modern day actually write the date out anymore. I mean, you did it when you were in school. You did it back when people wrote checks and whatever. This may have been the first day that I have written the date down, and I was responsible for putting together the sheet. And my co-host, the lovely and talented AB, starts the show by saying January 24th, 2025, because she read it directly off the sheet. And it is indeed the year of our Lord, 2026.
Oh, yeah, he did find something out. Sonia, you're related to Thomas Jefferson?
Well, no, I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson, but I am related to Samuel Kercheval, who was a historian.
I'm going to tell you something about Samuel Kercheval. Him and Jefferson out smoking corn silk. Kercheval told him, Thomas, I don't know about this country. Might want to start again.
He could.
So I don't have a monitor here, so I really can't see what happens at the beginning of the show. So at what point do I pop up? When the music starts and Mr. Announcer comes on?
Yeah.
So they see all the little panic things that I do that I'm still in the process of setting up?
Yes. They see you shuffle about uncomfortably. They see you blow the dust off your headphones. They see you put in like 2 cough drops at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do 2 at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know that. I should probably. Now, these shows are archived, right? So I can go back and watch them.
Yes.
So I could like live this show in real time and then go home and, when I say something to Linda like, hey, did you hear when I did this? And I don't watch it. Well, let's get in front of the TV and watch me do it again for 3 straight hours.
Yes, it's archived just like the audio podcast.
That's right.
And see, this is the thing that gets the NCAA in trouble. Excuse me. When it goes to court here. Is there a clock or not? Greg, we talk about the clock all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If he began in 2019, the clock should have run out, whether he's played the 4 years or not. And that's part of the argument because some guys go right through the clock, right? TJ Finley, we've mentioned many times on this show. 7th team coming up this year. He's playing for Incarnate Word. He's played 7 seasons at 7 different schools. Now, why hasn't his clock started? Why doesn't he have the 5-year clock? So if you're Aguilar, I get it.
He just bouncing him off the ropes. Somebody save this man. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Very nice, very nice. He hit him with everything he didn't want.
Yeah. 10 seconds remaining.
There'll be a direct snap here.
Snap back. It's Tyler. Tyler fakes the run. He throws. He's got an open man. Pass top 10. 5. End zone. It's a touchdown. Pulled in by Nestor. 3 seconds left.
Are you kidding me with the play call right there by Kevin Whiteman? Again, forget the game-winning field goal. Whiteman says, we're going to try and win this thing right now. The direct snap to Tyler sucked everybody up. And Nestor slips behind. What an unbelievable gutsy play call and then perfect execution by these Falcons.
Things aren't always going to be great. And sometimes, you can work really, really hard and it's still not great. You're still not successful. But, if you continue to do it, one way or another, things are going to be work out. You're going to be successful. And it may not be in the world's eyes, but, God's made us this way. He's blessed us with so many things. And I think that's one of our attributes that we need to have is we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work hard. And if it doesn't work out exactly how we want, just keep plugging away because God's got better plans.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back. It is 5:06 in West Virginia. Time to start the third and final hour of our program today, Metro News Hotline. And you're into the secret show, the final hour on semifinal Friday. For those of you who will maybe go over to the state tournament a little bit later on, you're into the secret show. More on that in a moment, right after the fanfare.
Fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Soul. Everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody wants a new romance.
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Enough is enough. I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday play.
All right, there you go. That makes it official. It is the weekend here in West Virginia, and it should be a pretty nice one. Pat Strader and I were talking about that. So you've made it. You've made it to the weekend. It was touch and go for a while, but you made it. All right, our question of the day. You know, the state tournament comes and goes so fast. You've got a triple header of games tonight beginning at 5:30 at the bottom of the hour. The top seed, number 1, George Washington, takes on the 4 seed, Washington. That'll kick off 3 games tonight. And then tomorrow, you got your 4 championship games, and that's going to be that. And then we'll put this thing away until next year. So the question of the day is sort of related to that. The boys' state tournament wraps up tomorrow with 4 championship games. The question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. What are some of your favorite state tournament memories? What are some of your favorite state tournament memories? To respond, text those in 304-TALK-304, 304-825-5304. You can also reach me on X. I'm always there at Weekly, W-E-E-K-L-E-Y, one word, 3 E's, W-E-E-K-L-E-Y. Jody answered on X. He goes, hey, Dave, the Wyoming County Championships, the great family times, and, of course, when Bennigan's was open on St. Patrick's Day, seeing our friend Everett Bowling, a.k.a. Earman, with 100 sets of SPD beads around his neck after spending all day there. Let's see. Andy Smith, Dave, how about Huntington High when they had O.J. Mayo and Patrick Patterson for the Huntington Highlanders? He mentions the Huntington Prep there. Yeah, they played for the Highlanders. They didn't play for Huntington Prep, but they were a handful, man. They were a handful. Huntington still holds the record, by the way, for the most points scored in a 3-game stay in the state tournament. They averaged over 100 points a game for the run to the state tournament when they had Mayo and Patterson, who both went on to become NBA veterans. All right, quick update on WVU baseball. WVU baseball has grabbed the lead in their game with BYU. It's now 11-8, and the Mountaineers are still batting in the bottom of the 7th. The old gold and blue came into the bottom of the 7th inning, tied at 8, but they've got 3 runs on the board, and they've got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. We'll let you know. We'll keep you updated on that and the NCAA tournament as we move along. Brad Howe from Sportsline joins me now to talk about Mountaineer sports and the high school tournament as well. How you doing today, Brad?
Dave, I'm doing great. Couple things. Great Bennigan's reference to start the appearance here, so that was fun. And I'll answer your question real quick. I've been fortunate to be down here a bunch and do some games, but the number of buzzer beaters I've gotten to watch, Ben Nickel from George Washington hitting one, or Zykeas Dobbs, Fairmont Senior, Sharon Young, who played in the NCAA tournament today, hitting one for Morgantown High to win a state title. So unbelievable buzzer beaters over the years to win the state title down here at the Coliseum. I'm still in the Marriott right now. I'm walking across the street in just a second to watch all 3 of those games. but I can see people filing in right now. So just a great time of year in your city here.
All right, so, man, I got so much to talk to you about. Let's start with WVU basketball first. So West Virginia confirmed that they'll be part of the Crown, so you'll be going out to Vegas. And I'm hoping for your sake that you'll get a long stay, a week or a little bit more, right, if West Virginia plays 3 games out there.
That'd be awesome. I'm looking forward to. I'm much like Ross. I love this team. It's been great to be around these guys, and I'm glad we get more games, whatever form that takes. Certainly would much rather be in the NCAA tournament, which, as you know, as you look at this, came up maybe really just a game short, and we'd be having a different conversation here. But excited to keep this going. You get an underrated Stanford team. I think you're going to see one of the most exciting players in the country. But, yeah, I'm hopeful we can stick around for a couple days and make this season last a little bit longer. But that should be a lot of fun.
So should we assume that all the members of the Mountaineer team from this season will participate in this Crown event?
I have not heard that anybody is not participating, put it that way. So the guys will be back. They got a few days off here to rest and recover following just that long season. And so it's kind of a weird break. It's almost bowl game-esque where you finish the season and have almost these 3 weeks off before you play. So Ross gave them almost a week off to rest and recover and see some family and friends here over spring break, and then they'll be back together early next week and get back at it. But as of this point, I have not heard that anybody won't be with us.
All right, Mountaineer women will play tomorrow in the NCAA tournament. They'll be hosting a game at 5 o'clock at the Hope Coliseum against Miami University of Ohio. And Mark Kellogg had a press availability earlier today. We'll hear a little bit of that before we wrap it up at 6 o'clock. There were a limited amount of tickets that were available that were returned from the other teams this morning, and those were scooped up immediately. So I guess we're looking at a total sellout tomorrow, right?
Isn't that awesome, Dave?
It's crazy.
Given how long it's been since 1992, since the Coliseum hosted an NCAA tournament event for the women, I think that's just tremendous. That'll be a really cool environment in there tomorrow with that place packed out and people so excited and behind this women's team, and just awesome for them. It's awesome for the sport, and can't wait for that. Now you just need the team to put it together and do what they've done all year and continue to play really well. And we had Sydney Shaw and Jordan Harrison on the latest 3 guys, and what a joy it was to talk to them. We'd had Jordan on Sportsline before, but it's the first time we had an extended sit down with Sydney. Some surprising answers. I don't want to spoil everything for you, but Dave, I thought you would like this. Sydney Shaw said favorite artist is Ozzy Osbourne on her pregame playlist, and I did not see that coming.
Sweet. That's great. Hey, well, you were in the WVU athletic department for a while, so you're a perfect person to ask this. I mean, I'm sure that you were probably in countless meetings trying to get people to come out to women's basketball games, and now suddenly WVU is going to pack it and break an attendance record for a women's game tomorrow. I mean, is this a perfect storm? Is it the team? Is it the moment? Is it just a kindled interest in women's basketball? Why is this happening now?
Yes.
all that stuff.
Yes. All of that stuff. So it's a bunch of different things. It has certainly been an evolution. And I started my athletic career at the University of Connecticut, and I was there for Gino Auriemma's first national title, Rebecca Lobo's National Player of the Year senior year. And at that time, Dave, we weren't selling out that building. It was about half full, and it was steadily growing, and that really exploded things across the country. That team was instrumental in getting interest, and obviously as you move that forward 30-some years later, Caitlin Clark's influence is a no-doubter. And I think here at West Virginia, we spent hours and hundreds or thousands of hours marketing the sport of women's basketball, and it's awesome to see it catch on. But it's all of those things. It's Mark Kellogg has brought an exciting style. Those players are easy to get behind, and they win. I've always said this. The best marketers have winning teams behind them where you can get people's interest. And then to have something historic like this, as we mentioned, for the first time in nearly 40 years, to be hosting an NCAA tournament event on the heels of a Big 12 championship. So I think, yes, all of those things factor into this, and it's just going to be an awesome environment there tomorrow. So happy for that program and for the university to be able to experience something like this, and for the fans to take it in. It'll be a really neat day tomorrow.
Brad Howe from Sportsline joining us, and he'll be on the call doing color tomorrow on television for the Class AAA and the Quad A finals here in Charleston. Hey, I got to ask you, what's been your take so far of the Big 12 and the NCAA tournament? And specifically, How much pressure is there on Kansas to do well? They're a 4 seed. They're playing California Baptist today. They should get through that game. They're 15-point favorites. But, I mean, they got knocked out in the first round last year by Arkansas. They haven't been past the round of 32 since they won a national championship. What kind of pressure do you think KU's feeling right now?
Yeah, and Cal Baptist has a really exciting guard, so look out for that. Part of Kansas, Dave, as you well know, is Darren Peterson going to play the whole game? What's his status? He's the kind of guy that can take over by himself and win them a couple games. But I also think the Big 12's flag is not necessarily being carried by Kansas this year, other than that's just the biggest and most well-known brand, obviously. I think the Iowa States of the world, and I think that's a big question. How's Josh Jefferson's ankle? Their best player went down today 2 minutes into that game with what looked like a pretty serious ankle injury. So you hope that's okay and no lingering effects there. But I think there's some others. Arizona, Houston, Iowa State. I think those are really the Big 12's rep will ride with those 3 teams. I'd like to see Kansas win a couple games, I guess. I'm probably more on the side of once we get into tournament play, I want other Big 12 schools to do well, even if we're not in the tournament. I think it does help the league's reputation. But certainly Kansas, it's important if they win, but I also don't know that this is one of Bill Self's great teams. I think this is a team I won't be surprised either way. If they get to the second weekend, I could see it. If they're knocked out by the end of this weekend, that wouldn't surprise me in the least either.
Well, I'm talking about the Big 12 and the NCAA tournament. I'll get you out of here on this. I'm going to be really interesting to see how UCF does tonight against UCLA. They play at 7:30 in Philadelphia in the East region. UCF's a 10 seed. The Bruins are a 7. The UCLA's favorite in the game now by 5.5 points. You know, tournament experience, it's really, really important. But, you know, when you're putting together a brand new team every year in college basketball, I mean, is tournament experience as important as it used to be? Because a lot of these guys, they've only been together for a year.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm with you. I'm interested to watch UCF because, Dave, that's a team that I just thought, man, there's some real talent there, but they have significant flaws, I think, and not just because I watched West Virginia up close, beat them twice, but I think that's a team that, man, I tell you what, they're a game or so from being out of this tournament. It will surprise me if they can go very deep, all due respect to the Knights, but I think they've got some significant flaws. So I'm interested to see them when they open it up and get out of the Big 12 a little bit. Can they handle this UCLA team? And UCLA's got some injury questions itself. So is it not at full strength? And again, it doesn't surprise me. If Themis Folks gets cranked up for them, that team can win a game or two, but they can come undone quickly, especially on the defensive end. So, yeah, certainly watching that one tonight.
All right, Brad, I'll let you get across the street and get over to the arena. Have a great call on the games tomorrow. I appreciate your time.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, Brad Howe. Speaking of the Big 12, Texas Tech played this afternoon, and they knocked out the Akron Zips from the MAC 91-71. Other finals at the NCAA tournament already today. Arizona from the Big 12 beat Long Island University. Holy Claire B. Arizona with a win 92-58. Pretty good game between UVA and Wright State from Dayton. The Wahoos get it done. They win 82-73. Kentucky pushed to the wall. Owe with a 3 at the horn to end regulation. Saved the Cats, and UK won in overtime over Santa Clara 89-74. Games in progress at this hour. Iowa State leads Tennessee State with 15 seconds to go, 108-74. Alabama leads Hofstra with 2 minutes to go, 79-66. Villanova by a bucket at halftime over Utah State. A lot of people think they're Utah State's kind of a live dog. And 3 minutes to go before halftime, Tennessee leads Miami 41-23. Let's take a break. We'll come back and play in or out in just a moment.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Construction when disaster strikes.
on the next State of Minds.
I came here to Morgantown, the WVU. I wanted to play football. Tried to walk on, but I was humbled very quickly. So I joined the WVU forestry team. What my father taught me was the importance of hard work and the importance of sweat equity.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. Makes you feel defeated. I'm just gonna be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not gonna be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
All right, welcome back to the show, The Secret Show, here until 6 o'clock, and it is time to play in or out. It'll be a three-man weave today, three-man weave. Every day at this time, we focus on the stuff you talk about at the office. We call it in or out. The setup is simple, 3 categories: food or beverage, gut reaction. Finally, this one's about a celebrity, the topics of which change daily. Let's get started with food or beverage. Coop, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Ready to go on the Secret Show version of In or Out. Hey, did you know it's National Ravioli Day?
Ravioli Day. I did not know that.
It is National Ravioli Day. Ravioli dates back to the 14th century in Italy. Ravioli, in or out?
I don't really have any shade at all for ravioli, man. I kind of like ravioli. I could go for some right now, as a matter of fact. Although I'm having Japanese tonight, I think. But anyway,
Nice.
I'll be in on the old ravioli. I really enjoy it.
All right.
I even like the canned stuff. Frankly, it's fine.
Yeah, I know. I do too. Let me
cold out of the can.
Let me. I've been there. Let me ask you this: when you prepare your own ravioli, do you prepare to bake it or boil it? Bake or boil ravioli? That could be a question of the day.
I've done it both ways. I think that it depends on what the filling is to some degree.
Oh, that's true.
It depends on what the filling is for some degree. But I think traditionally I just like it boiled with some marinara sauce and stuff, I think.
Okay. Ryan, what are your thoughts here? It's National Ravioli Day. In or out?
Ravioli, give me the formuoli. I'll be in.
Be in. Would you eat just plain cheese ravioli, or does it have to have meat in it?
I'm not picky about my ravioli. It can have whatever it is. But you can't have meat and a grilled cheese, so
Don't start.
Meat in a ravioli is fine, but not in a grilled cheese.
Don't even start. National Ravioli Day, man. Yeah, all in. All in. Coop, I like that idea of eating the mini ravioli out of a can.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it, man. I honestly do.
I like it too. All right, gut reaction is next. Did I say I was in? I think I did.
You did, yeah.
Gut reaction is next. How about this? A Florida hospital has filed a lawsuit to remove a patient who won't vacate her room. She's been in the hospital room for 5 months after her official discharge. She was formally released on October the 6th when doctors determined she no longer required any of their care services. The hospital states her continued presence blocks the bed from patients needing immediate treatment. The facility repeatedly attempted coordinating her departure with family members and offered transportation. The patient is representing herself in court with no listed attorney. Phone numbers associated with her name were disconnected, and calls to her hospital room go unanswered. Hospital suing a patient to leave. In or out?
Assuming all of this is exactly how it seems like they've done everything they could, and this is somebody that's probably having a mental break of some kind. It's got to be something along those lines. I mean, I almost wanted to there's ways you can make this into your advantage, you know? I mean, maybe you're a superhero and you make it into your layer or what, but seriously, I'm in only that the hospital has to. I mean, they're right. That is an issue, and you got to take care of that. So I totally get it, but I have some empathy here because I have a feeling that somebody's going through something tough.
I agree as well. Ryan, Florida hospital sues a patient for refusing to leave. In or out?
I don't mean to be blunt about this, but why doesn't this hospital have like a security team that can just like remove her from the premises? Is she just like waltzing back in once they kick her out?
I don't know. I don't know. She's
There's
not answering the phone. We know that.
There's a lot of unanswered questions here, so I don't know. I guess I'll be in.
Yeah, I think I'm slightly in on this as well. It is kind of an interesting situation. All right. Finally, this one is about a celebrity. Oh, Coop. We've probably had Kristen Stewart before, right?
Yeah,
back in the day,
at some point in time. Sure,
back in the big day with Charlie's Angels,
maybe
and the Twilight.
Maybe in the this one's about the Ladies' Day.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. There you go.
Throwback.
Yeah, that's a real throwback.
Hashtag 180.
Yeah, hashtag all the way back. She's going to portray Sally Ride in Amazon Prime's upcoming limited series, The Challenger, and it will mark her TV debut, which is kind of surprising. Kristen Stewart, in or out?
I mean, no jokes, but it's oddly really great casting, right? I mean,
they look alike, dude.
They do. And I mean, it's really, in a lot of ways, the casting works a lot. Now, I don't know the most about Kristen Stewart. I never really watched her mainline movies, but I've seen her in a couple, like Adventureland. I love that movie. I think she's really good in it. So because I really love Adventureland, and I'm assuming that she's more than just the sum of the Twilight parts, I want to be in.
All right. Ryan, Kristen Stewart, in or out?
You know, I have sympathy for everyone who's a veteran of the Twilight franchise. And, you know, if Robert Pattinson can make a stellar career coming off of that, I'm sure she can too. So I'll be in.
Going to be in. Ryan, for extra credit, Kristen Stewart's age?
43.
35.
I was going to say,
35.
she's a little younger than that.
Yeah, I'll be in. I'll be in on this. Thanks, guys. We'll take a break. News is next. And then, Aristotle Jones. Sounds good to West Virginia. Coming up, this is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Morgan Pemberton. The Bridgeport Police Department will be receiving 16 K-9 drug detection kits Saturday morning. The kits will be donated by the Hodson Pillar Foundation, a nonprofit aimed at supporting law enforcement. Organizer Ashley Hodson Pillar says this donation continues the program that was first hosted last year.
We donated 16 last year to counties across the state, and so tomorrow we have another 16 kits that we'll be distributing. Not all of our officers will be able to make it, but we'll be giving a big chunk of those away and then meeting up with the other officers. But we're really excited.
Hodson Pillar said these synthetic drug detection kits will simulate illicit substances that are tracked by officers and their four-legged partners to prevent injuries and without having to complete the requirements to use actual contraband. The presentation will take place at Bridgeport City Hall at 9 a.m. The WVU women's basketball team is set to play at home in the NCAA tournament.
The Mountaineer women's basketball team's prepared for tournament action. Coach Mark Kellogg says they've become battle-hardened playing in the Big 12 and earning the conference championship.
The Sydneys and Jordans, they've been in this situation before. But certainly, yes. I mean, you want to get probably through that first rotation, I guess, in the first quarter and get everybody on the court, and then hopefully you just relax at that point.
The Red Hawks and Mountaineers tip off at 5 Saturday afternoon. I'm Mike Nolting for WVMetroNews.com.
You're listening to Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Come on, Liam, let's go. Get open. Come on, go for it. Wake up. Wake up, Liam. Oh, come on, use your head. Gotta want it. Dominate.
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. This message presented by the WVSSAC and the West Virginia Athletic Directors Association.
A former Wheeling business owner admitted to fraud that totaled nearly $300,000 in COVID relief funds. 48-year-old Bradley Temple of Delray Beach, Florida, pled guilty to unlawful money transactions. According to a release, Temple operated Righteous Brothers Trucking, applied for and received both a Paycheck Protection Program loan and an Economic Injury Disaster loan. Temple made false representations regarding the business to obtain $277,456 in loans. Temple is facing up to 10 years in prison. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Morgan Pemberton.
Wounded Warrior Project helps post 9/11 veterans and their families realize what's possible. With support and resources that bring warriors together and empower them to become stronger, both inside and out.
It's possible to begin healing.
To get the help you need.
To find peace.
And as each warrior's needs evolve, so do we. Because these last 20 years are just the beginning. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. And we've got Aristotle Jones coming up for Sounds Good West Virginia in just a couple of minutes. And then we're less than 10 minutes away from the final Capitol report of the year from Jeff Jenkins. We've been running down the ins and outs of the legislature for the last few weeks on the show, but today is the last episode. We've the legislative session ended last weekend here in West Virginia, but we've gone through a week of recaps, and the final recap is coming up in less than 10 minutes. Oh, Coop, I think I need a breaking news sounder.
What?
I think I need a breaking news sounder from the world of pro wrestling. World of pro wrestling. A federal jury has found Ted DiBiase Jr., a former pro wrestler, not guilty of all criminal counts in his indictment for his involvement in the Mississippi welfare fraud scandal. Jurors, who heard from at least 24 witnesses during the trial, deliberated today for approximately 4 hours before returning the not guilty verdict on 13 criminal counts. DiBiase, Ted DiBiase has been a guest on our show.
Guest on our show?
A guest on our show. This is his son. He's 43 years old. DiBiase Jr. faced 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and to commit theft concerning programs receiving federal funds, 6 counts of wire fraud, 2 counts of theft concerning programs receiving federal funds, and 4 counts of money laundering. He was looking at a potential maximum sentence of 185 years in prison, and he has been found not guilty on all counts. So that has come out this afternoon.
That's somehow related to the Favre thing, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, exactly right. Yes, exactly right. Let's see. A tearful DiBiase Jr. spoke to reporters outside the court. Quote, 7 years of being slandered and made to be something that is completely false about tore my family apart, but we're strong. I'm thankful that it's over, unquote. So that is a breaking story that Ted DiBiase Jr., the ex-WWE wrestler, has been found not guilty on all charges in that fraud case in Mississippi. All right, moving on. Oh, let's get limbered up because it's time, once again, for Sounds Good West Virginia.
Oh, those West Virginia.
You know, even in the secret show that got nailed. Just nailed it. Man, in the secret show.
I hate to say this, but I think we're getting so much better.
I agree.
We're getting so much. Well, we might be able to go on tour.
You know what? The thing is, we know we have fewer listeners during the secret show, but doggone it, like Aristotle always tells me, man, if you're like doing a show for like a table of 2 as opposed to a packed house of 2,000, you got to give your all every time. Right? Right, Aristotle?
Right. Yeah, man, you nailed it, Dave. You got to make sure you give your all every time. You never want to miss an opportunity to shine.
That's right. I mean, just like Joe DiMaggio there, the Yankee Clipper used to say, there's somebody in that audience that's seeing you for the very first time. So you got to give it all.
I'm equating you're hitting the high note to like Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. Nobody really got to see it.
All right. Hey, you know, we love this segment. What we like to do is talk about musical talent in our state that needs attention, and you've been doing a great job putting a spotlight on that. But one of the other things we do here is we talk about places in West Virginia where you can go see live music, and let's start with that today.
That's right. Well, we're going to head down to Raleigh County and visit Beckley, West Virginia for a trip to Jimmy's Place. Jimmy's Place is a historic restaurant and hangout spot. It serves authentic Nepali and Indian cuisine. So you can go there and get a fancy dinner, something really nice. But this building was established in 1934, and it was originally operating as a speakeasy, so lots of history. And recently it's been named West Virginia's oldest continuously licensed bar, and it's one of West Virginia's top live music venues for 2026. So if you're in Beckley, you want a little bit of history, you want a little bit of Nepali and Indian cuisine, or you just want to catch a good show, Jimmy's Place is the spot to do it.
That sounds pretty darn good. Anybody who's from Beckley or from Raleigh County knows where Jimmy's Place is, right? It's a well-known spot.
It's a staple. And you can go there for the Mountain State Unplugged Acoustic Series this Friday, or tonight actually. Isaac McAllister will be performing. So you can stop down at Jimmy's Place and catch some live music.
All right, good deal. Jimmy's Place in Beckley. Love to talk about that. All right, what is our good sound of the week?
Oh, man, for everybody out there that's listening, you are in for a real treat because Cody Rand is a singer-songwriter out of Charleston, West Virginia. She's currently up in Morgantown attending WVU, but she's an independent singer-songwriter who gained significant recognition in 2024. She's self-taught multi-instrumentalist who plays guitar, keyboards, and ukulele, and her debut single, DNA Guarantee, was released in August and went viral on TikTok, amassing over 20 million streams on Spotify in the last 2 years. 20 million.
Wow.
Can I get a few? I'm just saying, wow. So she's just on the scene. She's a young artist who's breaking out there. And so I thought we listened to Cody Rand's hit single that's got 20 million streams. Here's DNA Guarantee.
DNA Guarantee.
Meaningless words went straight to your head. Hold on to your pride and I'll hold my breath. Go beat that horse till it's long past dead. I'll pack my bags and I'll figure something out. I'll shut the door if you shut your mouth. Go drain me in my love until I'm long past drought. I was never your baby. I was only just a maybe. Everything you hate about me was a cruel, sick DNA guarantee.
All right, that's really interesting, Aristotle. And I just want to get back to the 20 million streams part.
Yes.
I mean, that's that gets your attention, son.
Absolutely. And, I was able to look where some of her streams are coming from, and she's internationally known. And so she's getting them from overseas in some amazing places. So in addition to going to school here in West Virginia, she's putting West Virginia on the map all across the globe.
That's very, very interesting. All right, so let's talk a little bit about a blues festival that is this weekend, and it's just across the river in the state of Ohio, but it's within an hour from Charleston.
Ohio, Marietta, Ohio is getting the jump on West Virginia as they're going to have their 33rd River Cities Blues Fest coming up this weekend. So I figured if you want to take a trip over to Marietta, just across the Ohio River, you can celebrate the Ohio Valley's historic and blues heritage at the historic Lafayette Hotel. Now, they've got music going on all weekend. Tonight, the doors open up at 5 p.m. actually with the local high school blues band. But then they're going to have, and that's a pre-concert, but you can check out at 8:30 Taz Crew Band, John Namath. And then you can also check out some really cool bands tomorrow starting at noon. And they got the Austin Walker Kane, McKinley James, and Brandon Satini. And then in the evening, you got the Wayne Booker Brooks and Bernard Allison. They're all going to be performing, and I love blues. I think folks are starting to get more into the groove on some blues. So I thought we should take a listen to one of West Virginia's bluesmen. So here's Jason Good Blues Band with Blues You Can Use.
All right, here we go.
Bobby Joe Hart Jr., he's living it up in Whitehall. He was high and mighty, but now he's running from the law. I said, come on now, Bobby, I know you're not accustomed to these blues. Pay no mind, I'm right on time, and I've got some blues you can use.
Hey, man, you were really bringing it with the music today.
Oh, yeah. Here's a shout out to Whitehall.
Nice.
I love it when West Virginia artists shout out the towns that they're traveling through because, man, being on the road, you get to know every single exit on I-79 and I-77 and lots of the back roads. And I tell you what, that we sing about what we love, and we love this great state of West Virginia as we're making our music. And so I want to thank everybody for supporting live music in the area. And honestly, if you're out traveling, the 33rd River City Blues Fest in Marietta, right across the river, it's going to be a blast. And I just love celebrating the blues legacy here in Appalachia, and that's one of those great venues that's carrying on that tradition. So.
Sounds good. Got to leave it there. Aristotle Jones, thanks for the knowledge, man. I'll talk to you next Friday at 5:33.
Next Friday. Keep it grooving, Dave.
There you go. Aristotle Jones, sounds good, West Virginia. By the way, a quick update on the WVU baseball game. BYU making it a little tighter. 2-run homer in the top of the ninth inning, but the last out just recorded. West Virginia wins the game over the Cougars. Final score 12-10. And here is the final Capital Report of the session from Jeff Jenkins of Metro News.
This is the Metro News Capital Report, brought to you by AARP West Virginia. AARP is your ally for real possibilities in the Mountain State. Connect on social media at AARP West Virginia and learn more at aarp.org/WV. Today's report in 60 seconds.
AARP is your wise friend and fierce defender as you age. Life changes fast, and so do the challenges. Scams are getting more sophisticated, and caring for loved ones can feel overwhelming. That's why AARP is here. We're working to help you protect your hard-earned money, sharing tips and tools to help you spot frauds and scams. Every day, we're supporting family caregivers and fighting for things like expanded, affordable, high-speed internet service and ensuring access to home and community-based services that are so critical to family caregivers. With 250,000 members in communities throughout the Mountain State, AARP is your trusted advocate at the state capitol and beyond, fighting for policies that make life better for older adults and their families. Everyone in the Mountain State needs someone in their corner. That someone is AARP. For more information, connect with us on social media at AARP West Virginia or find us online at aarp.org/WV.
Where do we go from here? A lingering question is, will there be any special sessions for the legislature heading forward in this election year? All 100 seats in the House are up for election this year, and just more than half of the 34 Senate seats. Several GOP incumbents in the Senate face primary challengers. Any special session likely won't come until the summer, maybe the fall. What might be in a special session? Budget supplemental requests? Any chance there'll be something done with PEIA or the school aid funding formula before next year's regular session? State Treasurer Larry Pack, who may have higher political aspirations, says there's a leadership void that was evident coming out of a session where a lot of singles were hit, but not a lot of home runs.
We live in the greatest state in the union. There's no question. We have the best people in the union. But we need jobs, and we need to face up to some of the challenges we have. Every place has challenges. But the idea that anybody could look at this last session and think that we addressed the big challenges of West Virginia, I think it's really hard to make that case.
Governor Patrick Morrisey still has several dozens of bills to make decisions on. Some of those still haven't reached his desk. I'm Jeff Jenkins on Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
If you have a child who's a junior in high school in West Virginia or know someone that does, please listen up. Here's your opportunity to win a full scholarship from West Virginia Wesleyan College that includes room, board, tuition, and fees. The 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program is presented by ZMM Architects and Engineers and the West Virginia Farm Bureau. The deadline is May 3rd. For details, go to WVMetroNews.com to apply. That's WVMetroNews.com. Remember, application deadline is May 3rd.
Hi, I'm Brittany Hedrick. As an environmental project manager at CEC, working in West Virginia, the land taught me respect and responsibility. Whether it's navigating complex regulations or overseeing site assessments, I ensure every project thrives. CEC isn't just where I work, it's where I make a difference. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
When I was heavy, being on my feet all day seemed like torture. It makes you feel defeated. I'm just going to be like this for the rest of my life. But then I thought, I'm done acting like that. I'm not going to be like that anymore. Bariatric surgery at WVU Medicine helped me lose 265 pounds. It's always been my goal to have my own place. I want everyone to feel welcome here. I would never have been able to do all these things before without WVU Medicine.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You want to know what West Virginia is talking about?
It's good to be back in Morgantown today. Now it's different.
I think it's mostly just business.
What I voted for and what I think makes the most sense.
Well, Dave, this has been a bit of a controversy.
I want to thank the caller last week that said I sounded like Hoppy Kirchhoff. That was flattering.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
It all comes down to this in Charleston. The 2026 West Virginia Boys High School Basketball State Championships presented by Chick-fil-A. Saturday, March 21st. Every possession, every roar of the crowd, every championship moment. Live on Metro News Television, powered by GoMart. Watch on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs. Details at WVMetroNewsTV.com to get in the action.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
By the Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
All right, starting to wind down Hotline, the secret show, State High School Basketball Tournament, semifinal Friday here in Charleston. Winners today already. Wyoming East over Bluefield 56-51. Chapmanville, the number 1 seed in AAA, defeated Winfield 70-47. And in another AA semifinal, Wheeling Central over Wayne 86-53. Tonight, Washington and GW, they're battling right now. 7:15, Bridgeport and North Marion. The late game tonight, another Quad A semi, Spring Mills and Morgantown. We're going to do a quick drop in here. We're about halfway home in the second quarter, and GW's got a 5-point lead on Washington.
Rebound by Maddox. 5-point George Washington lead. Lewis off the right wing, takes it down to the right of the lane, cut off by a couple of defenders, skips it outside. There's Chuck Kelly. He'll snatch it out of the air, dribble out of trouble, take it up to the top of the arc. Now Kelly down the right of the lane, kicks into the corner. Lewis, baseline drive to the rim. Shot won't go, but he'll get 2 shots at the free throw line. Foul is called on Chet Gore, his first team foul. And Noah Lewis will go to the free throw line. 70% free throw shooter on the year. 11 points so far in the first half today.
And a nice night at the foul line last night. Lewis really did. And you heard of some stats before the game. Overall tournament, foul shooting has not been very good. 58% for the tournament.
Something about this building. Lewis was 13 of 18 last night, made his first. Well, outside shooting's not been particularly stellar either.
Lewis is hitting shots and Eli Sancombe is hitting shots.
Yeah, well, I would expect that out of the two of those guys. Lewis makes 1 of 2. GW leads by 6. Dolman lets a defender fly.
There you go. Drop in. Lewis on his way to Wright State, but GW looking to win the state championship this year. Also, WVU women's basketball, Mark Kellogg met the media today. WVU will meet Miami at the Hope Coliseum tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. Here's a piece of his opening statement.
Yeah, well, thank you, and I guess welcome if you're not from Morgantown or West Virginia. We are excited to host. Obviously, for us to have the opportunity to play at home in front of our, of our fan base that's supported this since we got here and well before that. So, happy for our team. It doesn't guarantee us anything, as we've said numerous times, but we're certainly excited to be here and sleeping in our own beds, and we're going to have an electric atmosphere, which I think will be great for all the teams. I would imagine there'll be a pretty good group that will be here for that first game tomorrow watching, so I think they'll have a great feel, and then certainly when we tip it off at 5, I think that environment will be fantastic. So congratulations to all the teams that made it. We're certainly excited to be one of those and to be hosting, and then now it's on us to go take advantage of the opportunity. And then I'll kind of stop there, I guess. I know you said something about Miami, but I'll let y'all ask whatever you need to ask.
All right, there you go. That's Mark Kellogg earlier today, press availability. Mountaineer baseball today, West Virginia hangs on, and they beat BYU 12-10 in Morgantown. Marshall baseball at Georgia Southern. First pitch scheduled for about a half an hour from now. NCAA tournament games in progress. 10 minutes to go in the second half. Utah State leads Villanova 61-60. And Miami, Tennessee's having their way with the Red Hawks right now. 15 minutes to go, second half. Vols lead the Red Hawks 55-36. Let's take a break. We're back to wrap it for the day in a moment.
To the big-hearted, the bold, the teachers, the growers, the builders, the change makers, we need you. We are the Peace Corps. In more than 60 countries, we go the distance to make a difference. We're volunteers, partners, communities, bringing our experience, joy, and passion to building a better world together. Are you looking for more? Then we are looking for you. Join us at peacecorps.gov.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Being blind doesn't always look how others may think. Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Learn more at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Every day, we fight to preserve magnificent places and wildlife, to keep our water and air safe, and to advance clean energy and combat climate change. We're Earth Justice, a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment. We're Earth Justice, and we're here because the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights and wins more cases on the environment than we do. Want to join us in this fight? The time is now. Go to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
Need a break from the headlines and mindless drivel? Metro News Hotline brings you that much-needed afternoon distraction, but with substance. My decades in journalism, plus a passion for everything from baseball nostalgia to the latest tech trends, mean insights you won't get anywhere else. Coop brings the pop culture know-how and good-natured ribbing, while your calls take things in surprising directions. Tune in for the lively chats that are refreshingly different. Find us from 3 to 6 weekdays on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I was proud to be a soldier.
I told the truth and got kicked out.
And so I thought to myself, I'm taking this rule down.
If you're an LGBTQ+ veteran, your memories are important too. Share your story with the Library of Congress Veterans History Project, where firsthand accounts from U.S. military veterans are preserved and made accessible for researchers and future generations. Visit loc.gov/vets to submit your stories, photographs, and documents today.
Veterans, plan ahead to ensure your loved ones are protected at the end of your life. Include a copy of your discharge papers with your will. Apply for VA life insurance. Write your healthcare decisions in a living will. Review survivor's benefits. Explore VA burial options with a pre-need application. Don't wait. Visit va.gov/plan-ahead to learn more.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for the show today. We thank you so much for listening. Sending your answers to our question of the day and more. Stay tuned for the news at the top of the hour. Sportsline's on the other side. My name is Dave Weekley. I will talk to you on Monday, beginning at 3:06, right here on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Hotline on the Metro News Network is presented by Salango Law, salangolaw.com. Hear Hotline weekdays from 3 until 6 on this Metro News station or wvmetronews.com. Visit the site or your favorite podcast service for past shows and features. This has been Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.